Hey guys, brand new podcast coming out right now. It's here right now. So far over my gigabytes this month. Tour dates coming up. I'm sad to say that the Oddball tour dates that I was doing, all of them have been canceled. Not all of them total. They're still doing some dates in I think Jersey and Arizona and Texas, but all the ones I am doing have been canceled. My next stand-up comedy show, I'll probably be not at the Laugh Factory. Nothing against the Laugh Factory. I just won't be there. At the Comedy Store next week, some point. Toledo Funny Bone, September 9th, 10th, and 11th. And then I will be doing a call-in sick to work show September 23rd in Tampa, Florida. Get your tickets for the call-in sick to work show. It's going to be fun. It will sell out. It will get fucking crazy. Cowhead will be there. Mike Calto, whatever you want to fucking call him. Galvin, we may do a live crazy podcast with some stand-up, with Ralphie, I don't know what's going to be. It's going to be fucking insane. I can promise you that. And then the Cowhead Cruise starts on the 24th, and I will be gone until the 1st of the month, partying with Cowhead. The very next week, Helium in Philadelphia, the 6th, 7th, and 8th of October. Comics in the Mohegan Sun. I think that's where that is. I'm not 100% certain. I'm almost certain. The 13th, 14th, and 15th of October. Gotham, New York, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Funny Bone Dayton, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of November. That is my birthday weekend. I'll be throwing a surprise party for myself that Thursday, November 3rd. So come on out and surprise me. The light's going to be off. I'm going to walk on stage, and you guys are going to yell surprise. Baltimore, the 10th, 11th, and 12th of November. Tampa Improv, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of December. Morty's Comedy Joint, the 8th, 9th, and 10th. Fort Lauderdale Improv, the 15th, 16th, and 17th. And New Year's Eve, I will be at the new Levity Live in Oxnard, California. Those are my tour dates through the end of the year. I'm bummed about the Oddball Festival, but for those of you who it's still in your city, go check it out. It still is a fantastic tour. I'm sure, whatever. They just had to cancel all the ones I was on. I guess that my name was ruining the fucking tour. I'm kidding. I don't know why it was my dates only. It's kind of fucking odd. I'm going to tell you a story real quick. The person I talked to today, Christina Pazsitzky, is married to my friend Tom Segura. I had a dream about Tom Segura last night, and I want to share it with you because I told her, don't let me forget to tell you this dream, and I forgot to tell her this dream because this podcast goes off the fucking rails. It really does. She commandeers it from the very beginning, and we talk very openly and honestly about a lot of stuff that is going to make people feel whatever. It's going to make you feel like I don't really give a shit. All I know is that whatever version of entertainment I do, it is branded by honesty. I'm never going to lie to you. I'm never going to fucking mislead you. I'm never going to promote myself to be something I am not entirely. I'm not a fraud. I am not one of these people who wants you to believe I'm more famous or more successful or more talented than I am. I am just Bert Kreischer. That's it across the board. So whatever you fucking hear in this, it's just where I'm at right now, okay? So, but this is the story I forgot to tell her. I had a dream last night. Probably ties in pretty well to this podcast because this is where my head's at. I had a dream last night. Tom Segura and I were at an FSU football game. For those of you who don't know, I went to Florida State. Tom Segura is a huge FSU fan. And in the middle, in the middle of the game, Jimbo Fisher comes up to me, taps me on the leg, and says, I know who you are, and I want both of you to come into the locker room at halftime. I was like, okay. I think it was the end of the game. It doesn't fucking matter. So the game ends. We go into the locker room. Jimbo Fisher says, I have 4 game balls to give out today. First goes to our quarterback, yada, yada, yada. Second goes out to our boosters, yada, yada, yada. The third goes out to some fucking other person. And the fourth person is in this room and is a huge inspiration. And he looks me in the eyes and he goes, come on over here. So I walk over to the center of the locker room. Segura's sitting on bleachers and he's fucking flabbergasted. He says, I don't know if any of you know who this guy is, but he went to Florida State University. And I was here when he was at Florida State University, in his very last year, not one person ever thought he'd amount to anything, including myself. He said he was looked at as a pariah. But with hard work and a little bit of determination, you can take a guy like this and he can become a star. And I'm looking at Segura, and he's got the game ball in his hand, and Coach Fisher starts tearing up, and he hands me the game ball. And I look at Buns, and Buns is tearing up, and now I'm tearing up. And he says, when I first saw you on American Idol, I said to my wife, I know that kid. And I look at Segura, and he's like, American Idol. He's like, this guy does the greatest impressions you've ever seen in your entire life. And I'm like, oh, fuck, he thinks I'm someone else. He goes, my wife and I watched him on American Idol, on America's Got Talent, and we have followed his illustrious career. And let me tell you something, athletes, this man started at the bottom, and he worked his way to the top, where he is today on his own TV show. And I'm looking at Buns, and he has doubled the fuck over, laughing hysterically, where he plays a dentist who every day meets adversity with his pet monkey. And Buns is like, this is not who the fuck it is. And I woke up. That's it. That's a dream. But I never got to tell you that story. And I'm sure that has to do with whatever my ego is going through, or whatever my self-esteem's going through, or whatever the fuck I'm going through. This is a fantastic podcast. Give you a heads up, no heads up. Just fucking listen. My wife shows up towards the end, and you're going to fucking love it. Ladies and gentlemen, from your mom's house, from probably one of my favorite TV shows ever, a.k.a. Road Rules, the wife of one of my very best friends. Put your hands together for one of my best friends, Christina Pazsitzky, a.k.a. Push.
This is Bertcast.
Say shit like that. It'll be like,
okay, let's start the podcast. Yeah, we can. So where do you live is my first question. That's my first question.
I live in Valley Village by the Skelsons. It's really amazing. You wouldn't believe that. How are you living here right now?
It's fucking
How do you feel about it?
I'm having
anxiety.
Honestly, I'm for the first time in my life having depression.
Oh, let's talk. Perfect time to have me here. Let's go.
I know. I kind of
Let's
started.
go.
I had Ralph Garman in earlier today, and I kind of brought it up, but I was like, this is not something you want to dump on someone you just fucking met.
No, but you can dump it on me. I love depression talk. Let's go. You know,
I've never had it before.
No bullshit.
I never had it.
You know why you've never had it?
Why?
Because you drink.
Yeah, I know. And I'm not drinking right now.
Oh, that's why you're depressed.
Yeah.
All those feelings have a place to come out now.
This point where I stopped drinking on planes. I told you this, right?
You told me that you stopped drinking on a plane.
And then every plane flight I've had since.
Why? But why? Let's be honest. Why?
Honestly,
is it the fat shaming campaign?
No. That has nothing to do with it. Although that has other reasons to deal with my depression. I just blocked a dude for the first time, and that whole fat shaming came today. No, this guy fucking said something mean and nasty, and I went, okay, that's funny if you follow me.
Right.
If you don't follow me, you're fucking done.
Yeah.
And I fucking looked, and he didn't follow me, and I went, fucking blocked. I go, you know what? Suck a dick. You thought you were funny? Wrong, motherfucker.
See, this is a new bird. I've never seen this bird before.
I'm
excited.
I didn't drink on one flight. Didn't drink on the flight home.
Okay.
And then I thought, and then this is, by the way, at the same time, I kind of stopped drinking. The first time I drank again was at your house for dinner.
Now, why did you stop on the airplane? Was that a choice?
Can I be very honest? I do not like the taste of alcohol at fucking 5 a.m. in the morning.
But you push past it, and that's why you're good at drinking.
And I start enjoying it around 6:30. But I do not, like, I make my cocktail, my little roadie, at 5 a.m. in the fucking men's bathroom. And I want to throw up. I want to throw up.
Because your body is telling you no.
I smell the Rogaine when I put in my Rogaine, and I smell that alcohol, and I start gagging. I start going, and when I crack open those little Jack Daniels, I fucking smell them, and I gag. I go, ugh.
Right.
But I have such a fear of flying. And so one morning I just forgot my booze.
What?
I forgot it, and it was a 5 a.m. flight to Syracuse. And I went, fuck it. I literally was like, hands in the air, like, there's nothing we can do about this moment.
And did you white knuckle it, or how did you cope?
I said to myself, I got on a plane and I said, I'm just taking off over Santa Monica. like I've taken a lot scarier flights. Like I've taken flights where you go, oh no. I took a flight out of Zanzibar one time where the entrance to the plane was out the tail.
Oh God.
And all our luggage was in netting in front of us.
Right.
And I went, fuck this plane.
Or Afghanistan, have you done war zones yet?
No. No. In an area they don't allow you to drink? No.
Is that what's deterred you so
100%.
far?
Is that I would have to fucking fly there and white knuckle it on helicopters without my little, like, I've flown in helicopters for Travel Channel with the whiskey in a little travel thermos and been drinking in a helicopter. I'm so oblivious to the fact that everyone's smelling the one guy drinking a 16-ounce whiskey in a helicopter.
Now, how far away are you from drinking mouthwash?
I would never drink mouthwash.
No.
See, the thing is
but I'm saying how much of an alcoholic are you? So that that's the desperate move, right? No mouth, no like nail polish remover, crazy shit like that.
I don't need to drink. I need to drink when I fly. That's where I've always
bullshit.
been.
But you drink all the time outside of flying too, though, right?
That's not true. That's the other thing about me is like I had a podcast or I had a dream. Oh my God! Can I tell you about the dream I had last night?
No, because we're gonna start talking about the reality of why you drink. We have to get there.
Okay,
we're gonna come back to this.
Remind me to tell you about the dream I had with your husband and Jimbo Fisher.
Who's Jimbo Fisher?
Is the coach of Florida State.
Okay.
So I don't need to drink at all. I need to drink on a plane. However, when push comes to shove, if I cannot drink, I just white knuckle it. I don't. But when push comes to shove, I definitely always travel with 4 little baby Jack Daniel bottles. And so when I didn't have them, I just said to myself, I literally surrendered, and I went, here we go. This is it, man. I got no control over this.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do. And I said, I'm fucking so tired of this. I literally said, I've said this for a very long time. I am so tired of having to drink on planes. You have no fucking clue how fucking exhausting it is.
Now, are you afraid of dying in general all the time?
I'm afraid.
What's your biggest fear?
Death.
Yeah.
100%. No questions asked.
Now, let's talk about this. When's the first time you started drinking? Because let's not forget, you are known for being Van Wilder. That's your claim. Those are the first claim to fame is that you're like the biggest party guy. So obviously this drinking thing started before you're flying.
The first time, if we're going to be 100% honest, the first time I ever drank to get rid of shit wholeheartedly was after my girlfriend slept with my best friend.
Oof.
And I knew in my heart that I had to clap. Like I knew it.
You knew in your heart.
I knew it because it burned when I pissed, and I pissed in Clint Munn's bathroom, and I was like, "Shit, man!" Like I knew it. Like I was like, and by the way, I'd only had sex with 2 chicks.
I've never had an STD ever.
Oh, good for you.
And you and I we're similar. I'm afraid of disease.
Oh yeah, and
did you feel bad because you're Catholic? Did you feel like it was your fault and God was punishing you and stuff?
No, I felt
That's
dirty.
how I would feel. Yeah.
I felt broken.
Yeah.
I felt like I didn't deserve anything good, and I didn't know how to deal with these emotions. And I confided in my best friend at the time, Mike Osborne, and he said to me, he goes, "B-man, I don't know how to tell you to deal with these emotions, but I do know that if you drink, they go away."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I went, "Good call." And he goes, "Let's just get a case of beer. I'll drink with you, 12 on 12. And we'll get rid of these feelings." And I drank that night, and I felt better.
Yeah.
I felt better about it, and I was like, yeah, you know what? This is going to be fine. This is going to be fine.
Yeah. See, that's the problem with drinking and smoking is that they do alleviate anxiety and depression. Like, when I smoked cigarettes, I felt great about stuff. I was thinner. It helped alleviate everything. Drinking's great, too. It helps you. Sometimes that's all you can do is have a drink.
And then I remember probably a full year after that, I'm dating it. Maybe I'm not dating a chick, summer school, and I remember...
It's so weird to hear you say dating people. Like, you've been with Leanne for a million years.
I know.
Could you imagine dating people now?
No.
You'd be such a mess.
I can't imagine having sex with someone.
No.
Like, other than Leanne. Like,
oh, I can't even have dreams where I'm cheating on Tom.
I've never.
I
had
can't
a dream where
even
I've cheated
do
on Leanne once. Every
How
time
weird.
I start going, I can't have this. I have a wife.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm like, what a fucking shit life. Where even in my dreams, I'm like, hold on, let me get a condom. Condom. Wait, I can't cheat on you.
That's exactly
I'm married.
what I had. That's so funny. So, okay, so I think it has to do with your childhood, because I was thinking about you actually the other day. What's the deal with your mom and dad? I think for you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
No,
I know your mom. What's the deal with you and mommy? Let's start there.
Nothing.
Oh, bullshit.
No.
Isn't she like a child psychologist or something?
No, she's like a early childhood development specialist.
Oh, boy.
But I got to be honest with you, and I hope my mom never hears this because it's going to sound shitty. She was really tapped out emotionally. I remember my mom.
That's kind of a big deal. You're like, it was fine. Wait a minute. She was tapped out emotionally. She wasn't available for me at all.
She was just, I remember her visually. Like, if I wish I could show the visual I'll show you, with her hands on the steering wheel at like 11 and 1.
Yeah.
And literally just like, she'd do this thing with her lip where she'd like kind of run her lip through her teeth and just daydreaming. And I remember thinking, like, she does not want to be teaching school. No, she would never say that now, but I think she had bigger dreams than just being a school teacher housewife.
Yeah.
She just.
But then that means she was checked out with you as well.
She wasn't. Maybe she was. I don't know. I don't really remember.
Here's the thing, though. If you're checked out in one area, then you're generally checked out in other. You know, it's not like you can shut down one part of your life and the other parts are hunky-dory.
I think she would have liked her younger life with my dad and us to be a tad bit more vivacious.
Meaning?
I don't know, just something a little more razzle-dazzly. My dad was this guy who woke up in the morning, ran 10 miles, went to work, came home, ran another 10 miles.
What?
And then...
Why?
My dad was obsessed with running and marathons.
Ugh, that's my nightmare. I would rather die than run a marathon.
And then he'd run marathons on the weekend, or he'd do big long runs with his friends on the weekend. And coach me on baseball. I think I probably had a closer relationship with my dad, although my mom got my personality more.
Yeah.
My mom definitely got my personality.
No, but wasn't your dad kind of a macho guy? Like, I think, wasn't there some story about you getting hurt during softball or something? And
You're bastardizing this story.
Right.
I got my teeth knocked out in baseball.
Right. Okay.
And
yeah.
he made me finish the inning. I got hit in the mouth with a baseball bat and got lost all my teeth. And my dad was like, and I was like getting ready to go to the dugout. And my dad met me from the dugout with my hat and my glove because I'd been catching. And he goes, play shortstop. And I went, I just got all my teeth knocked out. And he was like, I know. Finish the inning or we lose the game. And I was like, fuck the game. And he was like, hey, if we pull you out, we forfeit the game. We can't lose the game. You're going to be fine.
So what if you lose a fucking baseball game as a kid?
I guess, theoretically, it taught me teamwork. I don't know.
Oh, my God.
It was my 11th birthday. So then I get in the car. I get in the car. I sit next to my mom in
Horrible.
the car. And my mom is that same, hands 11 and 1, getting ready to take me to the dentist. And she just looks at me. And I look at her and I go, great 11th birthday. No teeth in my mouth. And my mom starts sobbing. And I'm like, okay, didn't mean for that to happen. Just take me to the hospital. I'm ready to go.
So, okay. You knock out all your teeth, and I've knocked out half of one tooth about the same age as you.
Yeah.
And it's traumatic. It's really scary because you don't know as a little kid, they can just build fake teeth for me and I'll be okay. It's scary.
And by the way, it's pretty traumatic for a parent too because Isla lost her 2 front teeth.
Ugh.
And
how did she do that?
Some fucking piece of shit kid.
Oh, no.
Fucking face planted her on thinking it was funny and then laughed at it and wanted to fucking... Thank God this kid's parents are divorced and she's going to deal with that in her fucking teenage years.
Yeah, she's going to be a slut.
Her.
It's fine.
I hate that kid.
Yeah, me too.
But
so you get hurt. It's super traumatic. And instead of having empathy for you, your father insists that you finish the game, which is... Think about your baby. Think about your daughter knocking out her teeth and you putting a fucking mitt in her hand.
Oh,
just
no,
go ahead and finish what you're doing.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
Of course, because it's insanity that... Yeah. And then your mother get checked out, and then you have a normal reaction, which is, oh, fuck me, and she starts crying, and now you feel emotionally responsible for your mother.
How does this connect with my drinking?
Well, I mean, it sounds to me like you felt responsible for mom, right?
And I guess in that moment, I don't know.
And dad's an insensitive.
My dad and I had probably issues growing up into. My dad was very pragmatic. That's what my therapist says. He's very pragmatic. So I learned humility through my dad, but not in the most healthy ways. And then, but I attest everything that I have today to him teaching me to be humble. So I think I overcompensated for whatever humility he gave me in childhood, in high school and college, by being this loud, fucking aggressive personality.
Which is what, obviously, all comedians were overcompensating for a huge hole, huge voids.
Massive.
It's never going to be filled. So the depression thing now. So what happened? You woke up feeling funky, or how does it manifest? I love hearing what Bert Kreischer's depression feels
bizarre.
Like.
It's bizarre because it's not like genuine. It's not like clinical depression. Like my wife, like Leanne was like because we got living in one room.
This is horrible. Yeah,
this
would make anybody crazy.
And all their allergies, because all the dust.
Oof.
And as soon as they start demoing something, it like pours in through the fucking. You can just start sneezing. So it started with a head cold. Like I got a really bad head cold and I was sick, and I wanted to like jumpstart my week, and I just couldn't because I was sick. And then I was taking medication, trying to sleep through it, and then all of a sudden one day I was like, I'm not so sick, but I realized that like I couldn't find the shine to anything. Like everything just seemed to have like a matte coating on it.
Oh yeah,
Everything. Like I'm playing in the front yard with Isla in Georgia, one of my favorite things in the world, and Isla does this thing where she laughs and falls down laughing, and if she laughs hard enough, she'll piss herself, and it's so fucking great. And in my head, I just couldn't get moving. I couldn't get, like part of me was like, all right, guys, let's wrap it up. Like, and I was like, that really sucked, but it really sucked not in like a come on, Bert, this is great. Just like in, let's just come on. It's time to go to bed, guys.
Yeah, but you're saying like that's. I mean, because I think in the spectrum of human experience, it's kind of normal every now and then to feel like I'm not into this right now. I just need to kind of be quiet and sit with myself.
And I was being quiet a lot, which is so odd for me.
That's so weird.
And I stopped drinking. I just was like,
oh my God.
Like, I don't feel like drinking, which is that's bizarre.
Totally not.
Because one of the things I love about booze is like we go over to your house the other night. And by the way, this is in the middle of the depression, I think. We go over to your house, and all of a sudden, Tom has a way of like getting under my skin, like tickling me under my skin. That sounds gay, but like he just goes, "Hey," like with his eyes, like another glass of wine. And I was not in the mood to drink. Literally, I drove there thinking I probably won't drink tonight. But he just kept doing it, and the next thing you know, we're out in the back smoking cigars, drinking wine, and then we go home, and I'm great. But the next morning, I wake up, and I'm back over to this matte finish on the world, and I'm like, fuck. And just nothing was like big meetings, big things getting offered to me, big opportunities in this career, and I just was like, meh.
That's interesting. Now, had you felt weird prior to the sickness? Like what? You said you got sick before. What had happened also around that time? Is this construction happening?
The demos. Okay.
Let's go. Let's get it.
This. I wonder if this is triggered it or not.
Are you still in therapy, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Have you been telling your shrink this?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay, good. Okay.
I'd say I came off the road. I came in to move out of the house. And I had this like weird feeling of change. I had just a bunch of change happen all at once, and then within like literally a bunch of change happened within 24 hours. Like all these things changed in my career.
Career stuff. Okay, so we don't want to get too
not too deep, but just like 4 different things happened within 24 hours, and within that 24 hours, we were moving out of this house into a pod, and then moving into one room. This is within 24 hours, Sunday, Monday, and then Leanne had scheduled me a vasectomy in this on Monday.
Oh, I'm so excited. Did you do it?
No, I bailed out of it because I literally started panicking, and I went, hey, this is a lot of stuff's happening really quickly. I can't do this. Like, we get offered this thing. It was just all this thing happened.
Right.
And I just was like,
it's too much to do at once.
And I started saying, I feel like I'm not going to slow down enough. The oddball offer came in at this time. And it looked like a lot on my plate with touring and with all these other things. And I remember having a walk, and I was in a really good mood, and just being like, things are moving really quick, and I feel like I don't have time to breathe. And then all of a sudden, within this, they start demoing the house, and I get sick. Now, the thing that I think triggered the most is we go to move Georgia and Isla out of their room, and Georgia pulls me aside and has a very fucking insanely deep conversation with me about how change isn't great.
Oh my God.
And now all this change is happening within this 24 hours period. We're going to move in the room. She pulls me aside. She goes, I'm not ready to leave this room. I need one more night.
Wow.
And I go, why? She goes, Dad, do you see that sticker up there? I go, yeah. And she goes, I put that sticker up here the day we moved in. And I look at that sticker, and I remember being 7 years old, and knowing we were getting ready to start school, and we were riding our bike to school, and and she just starts about that memory, about that sticker. And when I moved this bed and they tear that wall down, that sticker goes away, and so does that memory of putting that sticker up and where I was that day, and my childhood just disappears.
Whoa.
And she starts crying, and I start fucking crying, and we're both bawling in her bed, and I'm just like sobbing uncontrollably, and she just is like, I mean, fucking, she's like, I don't want to grow up, and she just jumps in my lap. She's like, I love you, Daddy. Like, It's like this fucking great moment. I'll never forget it as long as I live. But in a weird way, I was like, fuck change. Like, what the fuck, Leanne? Why do we need to renovate this house? Like, this fucking house was fine. We're fine with what we are. Like, I don't need to be bigger. I don't need to be better. I don't need more people on my shows. I don't need more people on my podcast.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need any of this. I'm really happy. I'm fucking happy right now. And then I start, like, fucking panicking. And then immediately I get sick. And I lock down for, like, 48 hours. I cannot breathe. My face hurts. I'm uncomfortable. I'm drinking NyQuil all day. I'm sleeping, and I wake up out of it. I go on the road. I don't drink it all on the road. I fly home. I don't drink it all.
Jesus.
I don't drink it all. But I have no want for it because I feel like I'm processing. I don't know what it was. But it wasn't like a cognizant decision. It was just like I just was like, no. People would offer me a drink. I go, I'm good. But it wasn't
because you were sick?
No, it was just.
But you usually would drink through that.
I drink through being sick all the time.
Yeah.
A million times. And I just was like, no.
Now, do you think... Because there's two things that happen to us. I think the closer you get to success. Here's the fuckery of getting what you want.
Okay.
Is that you soon realize it doesn't matter what you get. You're going to be unhappy no matter what. You get the TV show. You get the hour. You get the ba-ba-ba. And then... you're happy for a minute, and then the desire kind of resets, right? And then you're back to just wanting suffering again. It's like a fucking nonstop cycle of bullshit. So either you can get panicked about being successful. Do you think you're afraid of being successful or afraid of being a failure?
Well, no. Here's the thing that I know with uncertainty is that as much fun as this next project could be, as rewarding as it could be, and with the accolades that could come with this based on the inherent integrity of what it could be, like on the fact that it's much more artistic than anything I've done in the past, I also know it will end just like everything else.
Yeah.
And that is sad. Like, that's where the shine, that's where the shine starts. I see it rubbing off. I start seeing the clown makeup coming off in the rain, and you see the person like, oh, fuck, man, my name's Bill. I'm just trying to pay the rent. And you're just like...
But is it? Do you have that thing where if you don't get something or that thing ends for you, that you go, not that I lost that thing or that thing is over, but that I am now invisible? That, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you... Does it go to the core?
I wrote a joke today that it's based around the fucking going to that Starbucks that by my house.
That's a great one.
Every time she says, "What's your name?" I literally hear her say, "I've never heard of you," and it just eats me. I'm like, I'm here every day. I know your name. Like like, I'm on TV. I work really hard so that people know my name. Come on, Google me once. But no.
So it's the recognition. It's you want acknowledgement.
I think also this is what I've talked about in therapy. I think with all the work I've done for travel, along with it came PTSD, like a small amount of PTSD.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, I don't know how you've done the schedule you've been doing. I think it's totally insane. Yeah. I mean, what? You're on the road constantly. You were home. I remember 1 month with Leanne, she said you were home for 2 days or something.
Yeah.
That's insanity. No human being should.
It was
abusive.
Insane. And everything I was doing was like hardcore adventure. And so I had these like, I remember like having conversations where like I'd get a text and I'd be like, Leanne, I need to get snake boots. She's like, what? I'm like, I'm going in with the fucking most poisonous snake in the world next week. Like and so I had all these high end adventures. And then once all that at Travel Channel, once there's nothing lined up to do next, you're kind of like, huh.
You're kind of like, what? Am I worth anything? Is that what it is?
No, a little bit. You're like you kind of like want to call them up and be like, hey, do you need anyone to jump off something? Not that I liked that. I didn't like it. But the fucking fever that it would run before and the day of. And then I mean, there's no better feeling than that first beer after jumping out of a plane.
Yeah, you know what it is? You're chasing the high, the dragon of the accomplishment. And I think men have it a lot more in our society, that ego thing of like, you have to be successful, you have to be successful, you have to be successful. And women as mothers, we get the thing, you have to be a masochist, you have to give everything to the children. Yeah. So there's just that stereotype of, I think your identity is really wrapped up in like what you're doing, right?
And if you're not, identity, here's the other thing that is tied into this. And by the way, I say this to everyone, realizing we are all family and friends. So don't think anything negative about this. When the fat shaming shit started, I didn't realize how much people talked about me behind my back, good and bad. When I was in the height of travel, doing Trip Flip, doing like 2 or 3 series, traveling the world for them, and doing stand up. The talk behind my back was, what a fucking life this guy leads. He's got the greatest job in the world. I mean, it's tough for Leanne, but like, he just showed up at this party off a plane from Vietnam, covered in fucking Vietnam regalia. Like, I literally would roll into a Christmas party one year from Vietnam off the plane, and everyone's like, where were you? I was like, I was just in Hanoi. And they were like, what? And it would, that positive talk builds up your ego.
Yeah.
And then cut to the fat stuff starts. And by the way, I didn't notice it because Tom's one that brought it up to me. I didn't know that it was going on Instagram. I don't read comments on Instagram. But what was happening was my friends were commenting and then going to read their replies, and it was our fans going, Bert's fat, Bert's fat. And then friends of our school being like, hey, man, not cool. But then I am fucking fat. So they're also, but hold on. But I'm the fattest I've ever been in these pictures. I legit am. And so they're going like, fuck, like Bert really is fat. And like people coming up to me and giving me hugs and be like, hey, I don't think what people say about you is true. And I'm like, what are people saying about me? And I never realized how much the chatter of like backroom circles goes on, good and bad. And so all of a sudden it shifted from this how exotic to like, fuck, he's got a weight problem.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But I don't think I think people are more talking about the phenomenon of this meme.
No.
I don't think it's about
our friends,
your actual fatness.
Our fans. I mean, I've walked into fucking clubs and literally owners are like, how the fuck did this take off so hard? And I'm like, I have no fucking idea. By the way, I was oblivious to it for the first month that it was happening. I was completely oblivious. I get like a thing of Gerard Depardieu, and I'd be like, what? And like, because I just go, okay. And then I was like, and then all of a sudden, I didn't realize how big it got until Doug Benson and I had like our falling out on Doug Loves Movies, and I called Tom to talk to Tom, and I go, hey, I need to talk to you about something. Call me immediately. And he thought I was calling about the Bert is fat shit.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, dude, I am so sorry. And I was like, for what? And he was like, I didn't expect this to happen. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, what are you talking about? And I go, I need to talk to you about Doug Benson. And he was like, huh? I was like, Doug and I just had a big falling out on stage. It's on Doug Loves Movies. I'm like kind of freaking out. It might be my fault. Like, and he's like, hold on. Are you not on Twitter right now? And I was like, no. And he goes, okay, go on your Instagram, go on your Twitter, read those comments and call me back. And then I was like, motherfucker, when it rains, it pours.
But just know that Tom, like, there was a moment during the beginning of this where he's like, oh my God, do you think Bert's upset? Because I remember that call.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, you know, because I know that if Tom felt or I felt that it was really hurtful to you, we would stop it in a second. Like, it would be over.
It was never, look, I'll be honest with you. I always thought it was fun between the three of us. And even like the mock accounts were hilarious. To watch it unravel, like the guy who runs the Bert Kreischer fake Twitter account is obese. Why
do you think this one took off? I mean, I have no. First of all, let's be honest. You're really not the fattest comedian, which is probably why it's so funny.
Bert Kreischer is the fattest working comedian in the world. That is all anyone said. What's so funny is you know what it is? It's because I disagreed with it. It's like watching a crazy person go, I'm not that fat, and then people go, it's fucking, and it.
But you're not. Okay, let's be honest. Like, in the grand scheme of fat,
but I'm just fat enough where it's real. Right.
Aren't we all?
It's like and Fultron said this, and I thought it was really fascinating. He said it to Tom. He goes, the reason it took off is you gave everyone a formula within which to write a joke to their two favorite comics, or three favorite comics, and say, hey, I'm jumping in on this.
Yeah, it kind of became like everyone could dogpile on you guys. It's funny. Maybe it's because too, like, that whole it's wrong to call people fat. It's called fat shaming now, which is so fucking, I think, retarded. Like, how do you know that you're fat until people tell you? It's shame.
I'll tell you what's interesting.
Shame is a good thing sometimes.
From the other side of the fucking fence, you start really saying to yourself things that you hear fat activists say. You're like, yeah, what concern is it to you how much I weigh at all? Why do you care? I don't need to know your opinion. Like, I really started empathizing with fat activists, and I'd always been like, they're fucking full of shit. Like, they'd put out those calendars of like really obese women in like what they deemed as sexy lingerie. Yeah. And everyone will mock them. Myself as well. Until I got fat shamed, and then I was like, how brave, this bravery that I must take. Because here's the crazy thing. So like Amy Schumer during this whole thing, there's a day where Amy Schumer and Kesha both came out about fat shaming, and when you plugged in fat shaming into Twitter, my name was above theirs, and so and then Amy Schumer put a picture of her up in a bathing suit,
which she's not fat at all.
She's not fat,
by the way.
She doesn't look like fucking Margot Robbie.
Of course,
in this picture.
But that's why Margot Robbie gets paid to look like Margot Robbie. A comedian doesn't have to.
But in this thing, Amy Schumer puts up like, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I love what I look like, or whatever. And she puts up a picture of it in a thing. And then I started reading the comments, and they're like, fucking seriously? Like, you're a fucking millionaire. Why don't you get a personal trainer? Like, and you like reading all the comments. And from my perspective, all I could see was, it is really brave to put up a picture of yourself in a bathing suit when you don't look like a 10, because you know what's coming down the pipeline.
Exactly.
It's putting blood in the water, waiting for the sharks to show and fuck up.
Yeah, you're chumming the water and then getting upset at people. It's like on Instagram when girls post pictures of themselves and they've just worked out, and it's the oopsie, my abs are showing. Yeah. Oopsie, my side tit is showing. And then guys are like, whoa, nice tits, fat slut. And the girl's like, how dare you?
Why do I have to be a slut?
Yeah, I'm proud of my body, and it's like, well, if you post a picture of a Nobel Prize, you'll get a different response, you dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, you're asking people to, you're presenting yourself in a certain way, and of course they're going to fucking call you names.
Yeah, and it's so funny. I've always posted pictures of myself in Speedos.
Yeah.
And then I posted a picture of myself in a Speedo, not forgetting. And boy, was like, I looked at my comments, and like, I average probably like 140 comments on Instagram. This had like 460 comments, and it was just,
Bird is fat.
Some were like, dudes emptying out their fucking refrigerator of hate. Like, fuck this guy. The worst one, the one that kills me the most is like, obviously, like sometimes to get traction on a tweet, I would serve it up to them. And I go, like, Tom said something and I wrote back, hey, buddy, revenge is a dish best served cold.
Oh, I think I remember that one.
And these guys like, oh, of course he's making a fucking food reference. You fat fuck. And I was like, how dumb are you? You think I didn't know that I set it up for you, you fucking idiots?
Of course. But I think, too, it's, people want to fuck with somebody and it's an easy target. It's a fun target. And also, like, we're all friends. So I think people know at the end of the day it's not really
Tom, it's interesting because I really think that, you know, by the way, during this whole campaign, my podcast numbers grew exponentially. I got like 15,000 new followers on Instagram. And like
15,000, wow!
And my Google Trends spike just kept climbing. So I was like, "Fuck it."
Well worth your self-esteem,
dude. Fucking. No, don't get me wrong. It's amazing. Negative affirmations start building up.
Yeah,
like you really like.
Yeah.
If you read something about yourself enough,
don't read anything. Stop reading it.
I stopped. The thing was, I never read them before.
Oh, don't read them now. Why would you?
Read my fucking. Well, you know what it was. Georgia came in the living room one time. By the way, all this is going on when I'm promoting the beginning of Birth Conqueror. So I'm doing a press tour. Bert is Fat comes in. All the mommies change my Wikipedia page.
Oh, that's right. Dude, can I tell you, beware.
Unrecognizable.
Mommy power is real. Like, we did not encourage that, by the way.
Let me tell you.
Nobody told them to do that. They will just do that and ruin your life. Yeah. Or enhance it, however you see it.
People would just be like, Bert, start wearing your jeans high and tight. And I'm like, I wear khakis low. And they're like, oh, wrong. And
we have such rabid listeners. I don't know how that started. I don't know how they're so protective, and I don't know what it is. But I mean, thank God for it. Like,
what's interesting to me? Oh, you know,
it's really something.
I was at the zoo FaceTiming with Tom about those shirts. It's Isla's birthday party. All the kids are playing on the play structure. I'm FaceTiming with Tom. A woman walks by and goes, "Why are you so fat?" I'm FaceTiming with Tom, and I went, "Excuse me." I said, "I look good," and she goes, "No, I'm just big fans of Tina and Tommy's." And
my God!
I go, "Hold on." I go, "Say that again," and I show her the phone of Tom. She goes, "Oh my God, Tom Segura!" and he goes, "Who is that?" And I go, "She just called me fat." He didn't realize what had happened because he didn't hear it. And I go, "She just called me fat." And at the zoo, I was just at the zoo, but it's, you know, one of the things is like, it never bothered me. It never like bothered me, but I'm certain at some point it starts adding up and and then it just builds. I bet it's like mesothelioma. It's like you don't feel it right away,
right? And then
you just one day you get the cancer and you're like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have walked to the bottom of that boat.
But I will say that you do look thinner.
I'm the skinniest I've been in years, but I also haven't been partying. That's the other thing. Is like
But that's the thing, Bert, is that Tom and I, we were discussing your fatness, and we were saying that if Bert stopped drinking, I bet you the weight, because it's just alcohol. You're not fat like a fat person. It's just booze.
It's just bloat.
It's bloat.
I was in Montreal, then in Calgary, like back to back.
Yeah,
and or vice versa. It might have been vice versa. Regardless, whichever one I did last, I came home off the plane. My ankles were swollen. Ooh. I got on the scale and I was 255, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I was like, I was like, I need to change my lifestyle. I get up, I have a juice, and then I think this is the day we move, the day all this starts happening, and today I'm 235.
Whoa! That's great.
It's only been since Montreal like 3 weeks.
That's great. So that's booze. Now,
it's mostly booze, and I'm not eating carbs. Like I'm not
that's great.
Killing carbs. I'll have carbs every now and then, but like not like Leanne's trying to cut sugars out of her life.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's hard. So now, do you still shower in your backyard?
Yeah.
I said this on your mom's house, that it actually became part of a Would You Rather that we did at a live show. You inspired me because I remember that you shower in your backyard with a hose, right?
Yeah, I love it. I feel so alive.
Why did you start doing that? Why not just use the shower inside?
Because we on our honeymoon, we went to a place called Little Palm Island, and they had outdoor showers. And I loved it. I loved the idea that you were outside and naked. Like, I loved it. It just seemed so, like, free. And I said to Leanne, I go, I'm going to start doing this all the time. Yeah. So she bought me, when we went back, we moved into an apartment, then we moved to the top floor. Remember that top story, the 2-story one we had, our old apartment?
Oh, my God, of course, yeah. Yeah. And many years you guys
lived there. She bought me an outdoor shower for there that she hooked to the shower head. She had it wired to the shower from inside. So you'd turn it on inside, you can get the water perfect, and then crank it outside, and you'd be showering looking at the Hollywood Hills.
Can we talk about for a minute how amazing Leanne is and how amazingly lucky you are to have a wife that loves you so much that she bought you an outdoor shower?
You want to know some real gossip? So she has barreled through this renovation. Like,
oh, I know. She's happy as shit right now. It's been 30 days and she's happy.
Just literally shit-eating grin. She loves it. She loves the fact that we have a bunch of money to spend to do it, that it really is not fucking with our finances at all. It was the best decision we've ever made. We don't have to change anything about our lifestyle. I don't need to book anything different. That for her relaxer, we're going to add a ton of footage to the house that we're going to redefine the house too. And she just loves it. She loves like cooking on a hot plate. She's got a Coleman stove out front, grilling steaks. We're out front. She's got the dog. She put a little fence.
That's the country girl in her.
When I start getting sad or fucking, she's right now she's reading this book to me out loud because I won't read it. So she just starts reading it. I'm in the house. She'll start reading it. It's called You're a Badass. She just starts reading it. And so I'm going through this shit. It's just this is what is really sad. It's just what everyone else does in regular life. But like, we go in, we have dinner. I come in, we watch a little TV. I'm not like saying a bunch. I'm kind of like hanging out. I'm not acting sad. I'm just acting regular. And then it's like 9 o'clock. I'm like, it's time to go to bed. And we get in bed, and me and her go to sleep. And then I wake up. I don't lay in bed forever, but I don't wake up at 5 like she does. But like, I don't lay in bed forever. And then I kind of get up, I have some coffee, I do like a workout. I kind of like, it's just kind of like no razzle dazzle to me, no fire on the end of the stick. It's just like, it's 8:30, you want to go to bed? And she's like, it's a little early. And I was like,
So I think this construction is bumming you out. It sounds like that's part of it.
Well, there was a period where I couldn't get to the backyard. So like I couldn't do podcasts. I couldn't get back here. The Wi-Fi was cut off. It's still cut off back here.
Bert, what would happen?
Here's the shitty part.
Yeah.
Here's the really shitty part. That she just said out loud. So Saturday was her birthday. She's like,
oh my God, I saw it and I forgot it.
She goes, don't worry. No one's going to notice you forgetting the way me, Georgia, and Isla completely dropped the ball. We're like, what do you want for your birthday? She's like, I don't want anything. I want to make sure that we spend all this money on this house. Don't worry, don't give me anything. I want a good day. I want to sit and watch movies with you guys. We have season tickets to the Rams. She goes, I want to go to the Rams game. I want to go to a good lunch, and that's it. Well, none of us bought her cards. No one bought her flowers.
Oh, my God.
Georgia and Isla didn't make cards, so she didn't get any cards. We got her donuts. She wanted donuts in the morning. We got her donuts, and then it was like they were going to tear out the bathroom, so she had to go clean the bathroom.
Oh my God! On her birthday?
On her birthday, she cleans the bathroom.
No,
empties out the fucking room.
Bert.
I take the girls to softball. We come back. George and I realize we don't have Rams shit for the Rams game, so instead of letting her pick where she goes to lunch, we go to Universal Studios where she does not want to go to get Rams gear. We're running late. She's tired. We go to the Rams game. She's beat. She gets nothing for her birthday that she wants, and fucking 5 minutes before you walked in, she says out loud to me, Georgia, and Isla, I got shafted for my birthday.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? She goes, I didn't get a fucking card.
Oh
I
my
didn't get
God.
a flower. I didn't get anything. And Georgia goes, I gave you a kiss. And Leah goes, great. For your birthday this year, you get a kiss. And Georgia goes, oh, I better get more than a kiss. And Leah goes, that's how I felt. So as you're walking out, Isla was like, we got to do a redo for her birthday on Saturday. I was like, 100%.
What's the redo? So what are you going to do to make it up to her?
We're going to go big.
Yeah.
And
you
we're going to surprise her and make the whole day about her. But it was just one of those days that, with the renovation, it got out of her hands. They literally walked in. They're like, we're tearing out your bathroom now. And she's like, whoa. And so her day kind of changed. And then we got done and we were coming home from softball. And Isla's like, I don't have anything that says Rams on it. And she's like, can we get something there? I go, no, it's Coliseum. It's like fucking swap meet. They don't have any fucking stores. It's all tents.
Yeah, it's scary.
And so she got shafted for her birthday. So in all this time, she's been cool as shit, reading motivational books to me out loud because she knows I won't read them. She got fucking ripped off for her birthday. And so we got to do a redo on Saturday.
Oh, my God. That is so crazy, Bert.
It's been...
She's such a saint, you know that. Like, how does she put up with this shit?
Can you imagine? Like, I tell a joke on stage about it, but like, I do. You know what I looked like when I first met her? I was like 186 pounds. I was 200 pounds when I first met you and Tom.
Really?
Yeah, 200 pounds, 205 pounds. At my skinniest in my adult age, I was 220, 215. I rolled in at 255 throwing temper tantrums.
Right, but I can't tell boys' weight. Like, I don't know what boys weigh. I just
Tom's been the exact same size as long as I fucking know him.
Yeah.
He has not changed size at all.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
If you look at the video of me shaving his tits, looks identical.
That was the best. That was so much fun.
That's one of the funniest. That's one of my favorite trips we've ever done.
We have to do a fucking... Well, now I got a baby. Can't do that for a minute.
Are you guys going to have another one?
I don't know. Maybe. I froze an embryo or two.
What do you mean?
I had my eggs taken out, and we had them fertilized and frozen. So I've got some babies in the freezer if I want to do it.
Oh, my God. Can we have one? Would that be weird if we took one of your embryos? And
you want one of our kids?
Wait, it's Tom's sperm?
Yeah, of course.
So
because I'm old, I'm 40 now, and so your egg quality declines. So I figure I should just put some babies on ice if I want to do it like in a year or two.
That's not a bad idea.
But we'll decide then. I don't know. You want to have our kid? I don't know.
You have babies in a freezer right now?
Yeah, embryos. Isn't that wild? And here's the crazy thing: we made like 5 or 6 of them. All of them were boys.
Oh,
isn't that crazy?
Oh, I want to do. Does Leanne's fucking eggs? Leanne's eggs have their mouth open like their eyebrows are really far apart.
Why did I want to reach for that? Yeah. Well, how old is she now? 44 or something?
She's 46.
What?
Dude,
I met her. When I met you guys, like 10 years ago?
Easily.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
I think we had just had Isla.
Yeah. No, they were having naked time. I was just telling them that they're babies, like toddlers. Yeah. One of them Isla was a toddler, and Georgia was like a child.
It's so funny who they know and who they don't know. Like they know Joey Diaz, they know you and Tom, they know Amy Schumer, and they know Whitney Houston. Those are the only people they go. Like,
Whitney Houston?
Like when they pop up on TV, they're like, is that the person? Like they saw Amy Schumer the other day, and they were like, is that the person that killed our hamster? And I was like, yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
How do you fucking remember that fate? Like, out of all the blonde people, like, how do you guys pull that one out?
That one.
And you walked up, and Georgia saw you outside. She goes, Push is here.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, really? She's like, yeah. In my head, I was like, how do you know it's Push? Like, how do you know it's Push?
I guess because I've been seeing him for so long.
Yeah.
Wait, so who would you have married, do you think, if Leanne hadn't taken mercy on you? And
fucking idiot.
Like, just like I could see you with like a dumb Southern girl. Like a total dumb, like a bleachy blondie.
I would have picked someone who puts up posts on Facebook that says, when the woman is yelling, she cares. When the woman is silent, she no longer cares.
I hate that shit.
That's an exact post from one of my ex-girlfriends.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, I would have married an idiot. I always dated idiots. Leanne was an upgrade for me.
That's true. Tom did too before me. Ding dongs. Like total ding dongs.
Yeah, Tom scored with you. Now let me tell you something. I'll be dead honest with you. You have no idea how lucky you are to be married to that human being. Because
to Tom?
Not sexually.
He's the best. Not sexually.
But like
no, he's the best.
I remember being in a car ride with him from Sacramento to Tampa or to Los Angeles, and he was like, hey, what's your IRA 4017 look like? And I was like, he was probably like 28 years old.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? He was like, you need a SEPTA. You need a spider. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And he's like, well, I mean, how much money are you bringing in? And then versus, this. And I was like, whatever. And then to hear the way he like
Yeah.
He texted me the other day and he was like, I need a 401k from you or whatever the fuck he said.
A 1099.
Yeah, whatever.
1099,
Yeah.
whatever.
And I was like, you're going to have to talk to my financial planner. I have no fucking idea what that is. And then, but like, he's really good with, I remember when you guys lived in Koreatown.
Oh my God, we were so poor. That's the first time I met you, I think, when you pulled up to
You guys
to
said
pick him
something
up.
the other day on your podcast, and you were like, it was really interesting because you guys said, why do we live like this? Like, we don't need to live like this. And you're like, I think we were poor for so fucking long that I forget what it was.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like we didn't buy, there was something we didn't buy in the house that we needed forever.
And you were like, why would we live like this?
Right, it was like a phone charger. Like, you can buy 2 of these. And you're like,
phone chargers.
Right, like, we can buy more of these. Why do we just have one?
Why do we have one? And then Tom was like, they're actually kind of expensive. It was like $21 for it. And you were like, you were like, we were poor for so long. We're just used to living poor.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Well, yeah, but it's funny to watch how you guys are living right now, because I was saying, like, the space that you guys are in, that's probably bigger than the apartment Tom and I lived in when we first got married. I mean, I think we lived in spaces much smaller than this for many, many years.
I remember driving to pick up Tom to go do spots in Brea.
Yeah.
This is how different the business was back then. You just couldn't get spots in Hollywood because you couldn't. No one worked at the store. No one worked at the store. Well,
because they kept it so locked down. There was like 10 people that could get spots there.
And the Improv was Sarah Silverman, Zach Galifianakis, Daniel Tosh. And so me and Tom would drive to Brea every Tuesday night.
I remember
and do fucking spots. And I remember picking him up in Koreatown and just being like,
so worse.
And just gangbangers walking by.
We were so poor. And we got married that year, and we must have had $200 in our bank account. And but I'll tell you what, though, we were always happy. We've always been happy. We were fat. That's the year we got real fat, because we got Leanne's pecan pie recipe from their grandma. She wrote it down on a card, and we had it up. And neither of us knew that calorically it's probably the highest thing you can have. And Tom learned how to bake them. We were making a pecan pie every 3 days and just eating them. Oh. And we both gained so much weight. Oh my God.
So fucking great.
Yeah.
That was like such a different. I remember going. Do you remember? We can talk freely about this because I don't think she's in his life anymore. Do you remember how stupid Russell Peters' girlfriend was?
Was her name Dimberly? That was the best.
I don't think
That was the best.
See, for anyone listening, what you don't know is Russell Peters has the best straight man reactions. He's one of the, in my opinion, he does the best off camera, two camera take, but you're the camera. So I remember distinctly, we go to do a tour of
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor. Do you remember this?
Yes, of course. It's you, me, Leanne, Tom, Russell, and Clayton. The girlfriend, Clayton. That's right.
And Clayton's
and it was
wife.
Emma there. Yeah,
Emma was there. And we get in, and Dimberly's coming in late, gets on the boat, and goes, so wait, do we go underwater in this thing? It's a fucking boat. It's a boat.
It's the normal boat.
Russell was kicked back with his feet up on the thing, hands folded on his thing, and as soon as he said that, he just looked at me and Tom and went, and we just were like, no, this is all above water. Right, Captain? And he goes, yeah, this is a boat. It'll just be on top of the water. It won't go under. And she goes, so how will we see everything? And he's like, you can look down into the water. You can pretty much see them in the water, but it's just a tour of Pearl Harbor. You'll see. Oh.
That was the best. Do you know what memory I have of you? It's so, you know how certain things stick in your mind for just years?
Yeah.
Silly jokes that people make. There was one where you're like, it's so dumb. We were on the bus, and you're like, the road to Hana, and then you go, Hana, Montana. It was so stupid. But for years, I just chuckled at that a month ago. I was like, oh, Hana, Montana.
It's little things. I said this on stage the other day.
Stupid.
I said a line that was an Attell line. I just said it. I forget what it was, but
Hana.
A joke came out, and then I went, boogly. And I went, that's not, by the way, that's not me, that's Dave Attell.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how a comic will infiltrate your relationship, or a line will you and Tom's line was time to go make brown. And you would just be like, I gotta go make brown. And I remember Leanne going, what's that? And you're like, that's how we say we got to take a shit. And then Leanne came down one day, and you're like, where were you guys? Leanne goes, we were making white. And we said making white forever, but there's no way we could say making white without thinking of you two saying making brown.
Now, do you guys make brown in front of each other, you and Leanne?
Oh, hardcore.
Really?
Oh.
Now, has it always been that way?
Yeah. Leanne greenlit that when we were living in the upstairs apartment. She just came in one time and just started taking a shit, and I was taking a shower. And I was like, I remember being in the shower going, I can't get clean. I just smelled shit.
Of course.
Like,
it's all over you
Like
now.
I'm trying to wash a cow.
Yeah.
And then I looked, and she was on the toilet reading the magazine. She's like, I had tummy problems. Leanne's very regular. She just shits, like, immediately.
Of course. Are you?
I think I have some stomach problems.
Well, yeah, I'd say the alcohol and bad diet and travel probably. But now that you're not drinking, do you shit regularly, or is it messing you up?
No, I'm all over the map right now. I'm not even remotely close to shitting normally.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm going through some hot sauce issues. Like I'm putting the hottest thing on anything.
You know, I go through those phases. I'm in a salsa verde phase right now, and I'm putting that on everything, and that makes me shit very hard. It's spicy.
I did this show called Hot Ones.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yeah, I've seen it on YouTube.
They want Tom to do it. It's really funny.
He would love that.
You guys should do it together. That would be funny.
That's okay.
That would be really funny.
You know what show gives me anxiety is the Doug Benson show where you get high.
Getting Doug with high?
Like, I don't even like getting high. I get high alone. I don't anymore. Obviously, I have a baby, but that's terrifying to me to talk in front of people high.
Oh, that's the only kind of high I like.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I like performance high.
Fuck you, really?
I like being in front of people, being around people high.
No.
I don't like being high in my man cave.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. Back to our depression thing.
Yeah.
Is it that you're always high on whatever it is you're doing career-wise, and then when that's not there for a minute, what do I do? Who am I? What's my thing? Have you ever taken time off, like real time down?
No. 7 years I've been going straight for Travel Channel.
Have you considered taking time down? Maybe what'll that do to you?
I don't know. I'm doing it right now.
And you're doing a podcast, and you're...
Well, I'm doing... Podcasting I don't consider work, really.
No, it's super chill, right?
Well, I like to do it. I like this conversation. I would want to do this. Like, I was kind of bummed when we went to dinner at your house that we kind of separated off and you and Leanne hung out and Tom and I hung out.
I hate that, too.
I was like, I didn't... Not that I don't want to hang out with Tom, but I was like, I want to hang out with Push, too. But then what happens is sometimes in those moments, I think Leanne will never say this, but me, you, and Tom talk about one thing.
I know,
and
it's
Leanne
annoying.
sits on the side going like, can you guys talk about something else?
It's annoying because we all talk about show business, and that's the most fucking boring topic in the world.
Gossip about fucking comics.
Yeah, she'll want to
And
hear
Leanne
that.
will just sit there and go, now which one's that?
Now, can we have a night where we just make it about Leanne then?
No. What the fuck do that? Fucking exhausting.
No, she's not exhausting at all. She's the least exhausting human on the planet. She's the sweetest.
She would love that. Yeah, I don't know how we'd do that, though.
We do that by not talking about showbiz.
Why? Let's just send her something to the spot, and then we'll all three hang out.
That's terrible.
What the fuck? It's so much fun to gossip.
It's terrible.
One of the things I'm trying to do right now is not talk behind people's backs, because I think I've been caught a couple times. Because I don't even realize I do it.
But here's the thing with you is that you're so likable that even if you did get caught, people you don't say mean things though.
No, but
you're not mean.
I don't say things like hurtful means, and I don't ever say like that person's not funny. But I do say things I think affect people, and I'm such a nice guy that when they hear me say that, they go, "I thought we were fucking friends," and I'm like, "No, I'm still your friend. I'm just saying this like I don't know."
Yeah, I think what it is maybe you're just not mindful, and then
I'm not mindful.
Not at all, but then you just be like. But then I've realized with you just go like, oh, that's Bert. But you're not malicious.
Like, I think one time you said something, can I tell you a secret? And I was like, I wouldn't. I was like, I'm a bad person to tell a secret to. Because
you're the worst, yeah.
This is a bad example, but say like, I'm trying to think of a good example. Say like, I'm trying to think of someone I like really respect that I would have a hard time having a conversation with. Say Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
Was like, hey, this would never happen, but I'm trying to think. But like Patton Oswalt said, hey man, I'm over at this bar by your house. Do you want to come have a drink? I'd be like, fuck yeah, and I go over And I'd be like, what's up, man? He's like, nothing, just thought I'd give you a call. And then just for after a second, he'd say something. And then I just didn't say anything. I'd just be like, so, do you want to hear some gossip I heard? And I'll just tell you everything I've ever heard about anyone. And then you can just, maybe you'll like me because this is all stuff you haven't heard. And he'll be like, I don't know why you're telling me all this. I don't know, man. I don't like silence. Like, I'm fucking bad.
That's it. That's what it is. You're bad at silence.
I'm really bad at silence.
Wait, you're bad at silence in the sense of hanging out with yourself? Like, are you ever alone? I think that's something you've never really...
No, I don't like being alone.
No, like, because you do this thing that Tom and I don't do, is when you're on the road, you'll make friends with, like, everybody, and you'll hang out with anybody.
I remember him telling... I was like, yeah. He's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm in Dayton. And he was like, oh, what are you doing? I said, I'm getting ready to go out with the staff. He's like, oh, will you do that a lot? And I said, every single night. And he's like, well, hold on. You go out with the staff every single night? I go, yeah, every single fucking night. I was like, he's like, wait, you drink every night? I go, every single fucking night. And he was like, I go, what do you do? And he goes, I go back to my room. And I went, by yourself? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I used to do the same thing.
I think I have intimacy problems with that. I need people, like, I need this, like, surrogate family when I'm on the road.
I think you have a problem with Bert alone time.
I mean, one of the things that, by the way, I'm not talking shit about Nikki Glazer right now, but it's going to sound like it. But one of the things that drove me nuts about Nikki, and Nikki knows this, by the way, I'm not talking about shit about Nikki Glazer. Nikki knows this. We worked together, like, in Orlando, and I think she was trying not to drink, and she was like, I think I'm just going to go back to my room and go to sleep. And I was like, no, don't you understand how the road works? We need each other to survive. And in my head, I was just shy of being like, I promise I won't try to fuck you. Just don't leave me alone. Like, and she was like, I'm trying to be healthy. Like, and I was like, since then I think Nikki doesn't drink at all. But I was just like, the fuck's wrong with you? Like, you're just leaving me here at the bar by myself? I was like, you can't do this. And she was like, but that's
you don't.
healthy.
But you're not alone. It is healthy when you're on the road. You should not be alone because I isolate and I get weird and I get dark and it's not good for me. My shrink says I should reach out to people, but I don't. But what about like in life? Can you meditate? Have you ever tried it?
This is so funny you say that. Leanne goes, now that you got some time off this next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, you should meditate.
Yeah,
you should
come with me. I went right before I came here to this great place on Wilshire. Half hour of your day. Come.
I got to learn how to do it.
You don't. There's nothing to learn. Come with me. It's a half hour, and you sit there, and this person walks you through whatever it is. It's the fucking best, dude. I'm telling you, it'll keep you sane.
I did a meditation with a Buddhist monk in Japan.
Oh, that's cool. I'd love to do that. I want to go to an ashram.
And literally, he was like, he could see me fucking around. Like, he was like, Bert. And I was like, I know, I'm trying. I actually have the audio of that. I should post. Maybe I did post that as a podcast. I might have.
When you meditated, what happened?
I meditated with a... it was really cool. We were in this, like... My memory is really shitty. Like, we were in, like, this really cool temple, Buddhist temple, and we went in, and he did a guided meditation, and then... But I had a really hard time sitting crisscross applesauce. Like, I've always had a hard time. Like,
you don't have to sit that way.
Well, I did in this one, and I was wearing jeans, so my knees were tight in them, and I was like, very uncomfortable. I got a flight leading up to this. I was like, I wonder if we're gonna have time to drink on the way there. It's starting to rain. Are we gonna miss the flight? And he was like, hey, let's just clear out what's in your brain. And then I was like, sometimes people drive the wrong way up my street. And I
do every time I come here.
Everyone does. Everyone. Now, by the way, you can totally figure out exactly where I live.
Why is it a fucking one? It's not a one way. Why does it not let you in?
There's a movie producer who didn't like the fact that that Waze would send people, or whatever street app would send people as a shortcut up our street, so we just turned it into a one way. But everyone fucking breaks the rules.
I do it. I just did it.
And the Buddhist monk told me in that guided meditation, or after it, he was like, I said to him, I was like, he's like, what were you thinking about? I go, I really bothers me. People drive up my street. He was like, you're in Japan right now. Like, how the fuck, why are you thinking of this? And I was like, I don't know. It just bothers me. And he goes, can you change it? And I said, no, it just fucking aggravates me. And he goes, and why would you let them in your front yard? And I went, what do you mean? He goes, you're letting that energy creep up into your front yard and get to you. He's like, don't ever allow that. Let it be. And so now people do it, and I just wave like, hey. And which is even more passive-aggressive. I'm going to get fucking shot one day.
But But that's a great metaphor for everything, right? Instead of letting everything rattle your cage, to kind of let it bounce.
I never gotten to talk to you in this podcast. You've just interviewed me. Is this your fucking
That's because
medicine?
This is your podcast, and people want to. I think people want to know. I've always wanted to know more about your childhood, because I think there's some dark shit that's being obviously covered up. No, I'm not saying like molested, but I think that the story of you getting your teeth knocked out and your dad being fucking totally insensitive, that's a big story. That's crazy, and I'm sure it's not an isolated incident.
Even still, sometimes I'll go like, "I love you" on the phone, and I'll be like,
"Yep."
I'll go, right?
Whoa.
Like, I don't know. Like I go like, "Are you in front of people? Like, are you afraid it's gonna?"
Yep. Now, were you ever afraid of becoming your dad when you had children?
Yeah, and I'm so my dad.
Oh no, really?
I am entirely my dad.
Oh no.
Like I do things my dad did. Like I lie. My dad used to lie so fucking intensely.
About what?
Just about he would just fuck with you. Like he would just tell you a lie, and then you'd be like, and you believe it for years, and then one day you'd be like, "Hey, that little boy that was killed by that pack of dogs, like in Temple Terrace, was that really because he didn't listen to his dad?" And he'd be like, "Oh, buddy, I made that shit up," and I'd be like, "That affected me. Like that really fucked with my head."
You can't lie to kids like that.
I said we were at the Rams game, and I said to Georgia, I said something like, they're like, "What are they doing now?" I go, "Oh, they're about to release a cougar on the field." Georgia's like, "What?" And I was like, and this guy next to me was like, "Hey man, you can't," like he didn't know it was my kid. He thought that because we have two rows, like the kids sit in front. What's the matter?
Just remembering where I put my purse. Sorry.
Oh.
I get like panicked.
But this guy caught me lying to Georgia, and he was like, looked at me like, "You can't lie to a kid." And I was like, "Oh, my dad did that to me my entire childhood." Like just totally believed whatever he fucking said.
That's so interesting.
What was childbirth like? Was Tom in the room?
Oh yeah. You know what, man? I had a C-section scheduled. Because like they're like, you're not going to have a natural delivery. There's no signs of you ever. Like I had gotten up to the final hour, and they're like, we're going to have to C-section you. And then the day of my C-section, I went into labor, and it was so easy. I just took a bunch of drugs.
Wait, you mean you
got
a natural childbirth?
I did, yeah. Yeah, I had it scheduled, and then I went into labor, and no one thought I could, I guess.
Really?
And then I just took a bunch of drugs, dude. It was great. I was so fucked up, and like I wanted a 1950s birth. I was like, just knock me out, dude. Wake me up with the baby. Like I don't know why.
That was what they did back then. Is that
was great.
Fucking like literally, it was called an amnesiac.
Great. I don't know why they don't do it now. I asked for it, and my doctor laughed at me. She's like, "What? Why?" I'm like, "Because that's the best way to do it. Why would you want to be awake and coherent and feeling it?"
What's
Terrible.
the other side of Tom then that we don't know? Because I just see him just giggling like that. You know that little snidely Dudley Whit.
No, but you know how intense it is. You saw Leanne give birth. Like you know how intense that is. Yeah, I didn't mind. I didn't feel much. I mean, towards the end you feel it, and then I had an episiotomy, so they had to cut my taint, which was terrible. That part sucked actually.
How
more than
soon
anything.
after birth?
Yeah.
To the first time you guys had sex?
I think once we got greenlit, around 8 or 9 weeks.
Oh yeah,
maybe 10 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, we were right on the buzzer.
Yeah, that's what Leanne was saying.
I was like waiting.
You were knock, knock, knock.
I was knocking on the door, naked with a heart on and a flower. Hey, can we start now?
Get it in. But I had an episiotomy, so it was like it's still healing. It's not normal. It's not right yet.
It's not. It's
not right.
They didn't do it right.
Well, because they stitch you up, but like the muscle and everything has to heal, and it's not perfect. No, it's
There's still
weird.
times where she'll be like, "That feels weird."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "What?" She's like, "I don't know. Something's."
Because your nerve endings were sewn up, so they kind of, I guess, they get hurt and damaged along the way. It's so traumatic, dude. It's way traumatic to your body to be pregnant and have a baby.
Have you written any jokes about having a baby?
Tons, yeah. Like I have 20 new minutes on being a mom, and
really,
yeah. And I think it's I think there's a lot of cult of motherhood. Like you're just supposed to love everything and be great at it because I'm a woman, but I had to learn it. I had to learn how to be a mom, just like everybody else. And
yeah.
I don't know. There's days when I fucking don't love it. And I know that's really taboo to be like, not every moment is I'm loving it. I'm a masochist. Like I struggle with it. There's hard days. I mean, being a parent, it's not.
And you're for all intents and purposes, you're I don't even know if I said that right. All intents and purposes,
I don't fucking know.
You're a single mom a lot of
Sometimes,
the time.
yeah, because he's gone. Luckily, only like Thursday through Sunday morning he'll come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sucks. Like,
man, me and him had a very different experience with having children because I had children when I was flat broke. And so I had to be gone.
Oh, that would stress me out.
Every chance I had
oh my God.
to go, I had to go. And I've been saying to him, like, sometimes I'm like, where are you this week? And he's like, oh, I'm home. I was like, what? Like, I was gone every fucking weekend.
But Tom, like, we had a discussion about it before we had kids. I was like, bro, I cannot do this all alone. Like, you got to get it to where you tell your agent you're only gone, X amount of time, because I can't do this. I won't do this alone.
Yeah.
I won't. And so that's why his schedule is way more manageable.
I would have never let Leanne go do spots at the store.
What do you let her?
Never.
We have a babysitter. The kid's asleep already.
Yeah, but I see you at the store by yourself sometimes.
Well, yeah.
And so Tom's with the kid. I'd be like,
Tom, it's usually Tom's out, and I have a babysitter come.
Really?
Well, the kid's out already, so it's like, just have someone sit there.
I saw you guys were at the store this last weekend together.
That was fun. That's the first time we've ever done the store together.
Really?
Yeah. Like, we never get booked on the same night or whatever. You just got passed.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Fucking finally, huh?
It was a very it was a night I drank. I definitely, because I was like, I want to feel this.
You got to celebrate.
I was like, it was really big. I got to be honest with you. I listened to Ari's podcast about becoming a paid regular at the store. Did you ever see that podcast he did?
No.
It was right before he was taping his hour, and he did this really heartfelt podcast about his path to getting passed at the store. And it was a very arduous path that was like littered with ego-destructive people that and really great people like Duncan and Joe and all these people that helped him. But it was it's a really great story. I don't know what podcast it's on of his, but if anyone wants to listen to it, it will make you cry because he starts sobbing in it.
Really? I didn't know Ari ever has feelings. That's so funny.
Well, about getting spots, yeah. It's about, as far as his depth goes, the store is where Ari's depth goes.
Yeah.
It's not.
But Ari and his buddies, I remember when I was doing like the belly room spots, when I was an open micer, like those boys were hanging out there for forever, like in the parking lot. Weren't they door guys and parking lot guys? And
I don't remember. I don't remember any part of that because I was never there.
Right.
I was just always at the Improv or on the road.
Yeah.
And and the store was a place that Tommy didn't like me, so I just didn't go. And he wanted me to park cars. And I was like, I have a fucking TV show? You're out of your fucking mind if you think I'm parking cars with a TV show? Who the fuck?
So weird.
And so I just never went there. And then showed interest when Tommy left. Showed interest that I wanted to start working there. And Adam was like, very cool, but he was like, listen, man, I have a big mess to clean up. Like, he's like, don't think I don't love you. But I'm like, by the way, I don't know if he said this or not, but I think the point he made was, I just passed David Spade. So like,
right.
like, give me a sec.
Right.
And then he ran into him in Montreal, just not, I would never the guy that was bugging him, but it's something, it was a big fish for me. And I was really bummed out I'd never have Ari's story. Like that's in my head, I was like, I'll never have Ari's story about the store. My story's totally different. Is like to be 43, to have wanted something more than television shows, just to be past there, to be able to work there and be able to call it another home. And then it was like so cool. Like, I got to be honest with you, and this sounds real, like I was in the back of the room. Everyone knew that it was my first called in. Everyone knew. Like everyone was coming up to me like, "Have a great set." Fucking all the door guys took a moment to like congratulate me as I walked in, or pull over to me in the back of the room and be like, "Bert, fucking murder it. Have a great fucking set." And then to get done and like have everyone congratulate me and then have a drink with. It was like the fucking.
Where was your first spot? Which room?
The OR.
Oh, Can I tell you something? The OR is the hardest room in the country.
No fucking shit.
Yeah. Do you want to know my theory on why?
Why?
Because of the lighting. Here's why. It's bright.
Yeah.
And you can't really see the audience. You can kind of hear them, but you've got, first of all, a wide demographic. You've got your tourists. You've got people from other countries.
Yeah.
You've got LA locals. So it's all over the map. It's like a Vegas room. And then second, the lighting is so bright that you don't see faces. And so it's you against blackness. In other words, it's you against your own mind. It's you versus your ego. And so you'll fill in the darkness with whatever darkness you got going on.
Good
so if
God.
you're not you got to like transcend the darkness of that room literally to kill and do really well. And
I'm in the back, and it's the lineup is Argus, Hamilton, Kirk Fox,
I love
Margaret.
Kirk.
No, Margaret Cho, Kirk Fox, and me.
She's been doing. I followed Margaret Cho like last weekend. I was like, oh my God, it's Margaret Cho.
I know. I fucking love Margaret. And by the way, I pulled her
She's so
aside. Like,
great.
she's so cool.
Yeah.
And I sit down next to her, and I go, I've never worked in this room before. I'm kind of freaking the fuck out. And she looked at me, and she's like, you're a fucking grown man. Like, fucking pull it together, asshole. She didn't say that to me, but she was like, you're going to have fun. Don't worry about it. So I go up. All right, Mark goes up. Kirk goes up. And then Tosh shows up. So I get bumped for Tosh.
Fuck.
I was like, well, totally understand it.
Yeah.
By the way, but when I say this, I mean 100% totally understand it. I've never had a problem with getting bumped.
Yeah.
Then I get bumped by Judd Apatow. And I'm like, motherfucker. Like, I don't give a fuck about getting bumped. But it's the two of the bigger fucking names in the comedy. I'm like, how the fuck am... Like, I know I'm a good comic, but what the fuck, man? And so literally... And then in my head, I was like, do the norm. Go up, do your time, work on some new stuff, you're doing. And then I was like, no. Do what you do. I've never performed with a shirt on in 5 fucking years. Don't fucking wear a shirt. I don't fucking want to wear a shirt. Don't be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself. If anything, be yourself. So I take my shirt off and I just fucking had a great fucking time. And then I got off and I was like, okay,
you did
now.
it.
And I was like, it's over. But then the next day I had a hard time finding the shine. I was
You know
sitting
what?
there and I was like, but I guess that's what
You were depressed, you mean? Because you had your high, and then I do the same thing, actually. My shrink tells me that. Because I used to get real high, like something professional good happens, and then the next day you're like, oh, I'm just a regular person again.
I'm just a regular person.
Back
You're
to
like,
being me.
fuck.
But the problem is, what's wrong with being a regular person? Is it because you don't like who and what you are? That's the problem, is that you're not okay with you, and that's why that low happens, and that's why you gotta meditate, motherfucker. Come
Patrice
with me.
told me, he was like, be cool with just calling in, getting your spots, and doing the road. He was like, that's your foundation.
Yeah.
He's like, all that other shit, don't let it carry you up to the top of the tower. So when the tower falls, you got to go back to this foundation. He's like, raise your foundation up. Love that fucking, love doing spots,
The
love
grind.
hanging out at the club.
And can I tell you, like, it's having a kid has pulled me off the road a lot. Like, I'm only gonna do one-nighters in the fall. Like, I didn't really like doing the road a lot, but I'll tell you what, I love doing spots. I love the store. I love the improv. I love fucking Flappers in Burbank. Even
I love Flappers. I love the store for more than just the spots. Like, I love
the hang is great.
I love
it's the best hang.
It is the best hang in this business. I love Flappers
for comics, not
the
for
ha-ha. Oh yeah, fuck
everyone else. For comic, because you got that secret bar. There's like a comic bar that we only get to go into.
By the way, I'd be cool with never doing another spot at the store, but knowing that I could go back to the secret bar whenever the fuck I want.
That's the best.
Like,
dude.
it just not
it's
feeling
the best.
Like, I told Adam, I was like, just for the record, I go, don't expect me calling him for spots a lot. I'm a fucking dad, number one.
Right.
I have TV shows, number 2, and I'm on the road nonstop. I go, thank you. This is the fucking highlight of my.
It's the best.
I go, I've been on fucking Letterman. This is the highlight of my career.
Oh, it is. I got past at the store when Tommy was still there. And
really?
Yeah, Mitzi didn't pass me, but Polly did.
Yeah.
And she, Mitzi was out of the picture already by the time I got there, and the pressure was even crazier because there was me and like maybe Whitney Cummings doing spots there, Eliza. I don't know, maybe like 1 or 2 other girls that had been. There were no women at the store, so it was me and a fucking dude sausage factory. And
what year is this?
This I don't remember. This maybe was a few years ago. This might be Tommy's second to last year that I'm there. I don't remember exactly.
What's he doing now?
I don't know. It's a mystery. But the energy was way darker. And like if it was like you were being watched and ranked, and like Tommy would kind of like let you know how, like it felt like you would know how you did.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I got off stage. Adam
so
gave me
weird.
a fucking huge hug.
Well,
and was like,
Adam's,
congratulations.
Yeah, he's super
and
supportive.
I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You're the greatest guy in the fucking world.
It wasn't like that back then. But Adam's totally turned. I think he's doing a great job,
Dude,
and he's turning around.
Let me tell you something. I'm not saying
so
this
good.
so that I'm not saying this so that Adam ever hears this. I don't think he ever will. But for anyone that doesn't know, it has been said. You know this for a fact. The store is the epicenter of American stand-up comedy right now, and it is that way in part because of Mitzi, because she fostered great talent out of there, but not because of Tommy, because of Adam.
Oh, definitely.
Adam has taken what that store had so much potential, and he realized it.
Yep.
And he realized it and implemented it, and all the guys there, Eric, like,
oh, I love them. Yeah,
everyone that's at that fucking store has just turned it into a place where like Doug Stanhope goes in town and just hangs out at the store for 3 nights in a row.
And
doesn't even do spots.
And Joe Rogan's there all the time.
Rogan,
Jesselnick,
Bill
now
Burr.
Tom, Bill. You can watch. I watch Bill Burr work shit out in the OR now.
That's a little frustrating.
And Louis C.K. You're like, oh shit, there's Louis working out a bit about child molesters, and I get to watch that tonight. It's
amazing.
So amazing now. It's so much better than it was when the old regime was there. It's like such positive energy now. I love it.
It's the truth, and it's such a, you know, there's nothing any other club can ever do to reach that thing's.
But my point is that that's right about what Patrice said to you. Is that's why we got into this, to tell fucking jokes in the dark to a room full of drunks, and to. But I don't care that everything else comes and goes. Huh?
Like everything changes so much. Then you get to this place where you're like, fuck, man, I want to create my own thing. I want to create this. I want to create that. And you have all these fucking, and then you're like, oh shit, private school for high school. And you're like, fuck, man.
But,
and then part of me is like, I don't know, that like, you're right. All I ever got into this to do really was to be able to bullshit with comics and do spots.
Best. And the podcasting, like I was thinking today, what do I want? Do I want a TV show? Do I want, and like all that stuff's in the ethers, and they come and they go, and your pilot doesn't get picked up and this and that. But you're like, well, I'm kind of doing it. Like the podcast is amazing. Your Mom's House is amazing. That's Deep Row is amazing. Stand-up's great. Like this is all I've ever wanted to do. It's already here.
You're doing.
It's already
everything.
Here. Everything.
Yeah, you're doing everything.
I'm not doing everything, but I'm doing what I like right now. I feel like I'm in a good place.
I wish I had a creative Tom Segura in my life. Like I'm being serious. Like someone who goes, like I feel like the two of you are so lucky because you guys can team up and get projects done.
Yeah.
Like let's do this. Let's do it. And then you have someone to hold you accountable to it. Like I have this. I've talked to you guys about it, but like I either want to do another podcast that is a live 1 hour or 1.5 hour drinking podcast that is I can take on the road. Like I want to do something more. Like I can't figure it out, but like I know that when I drink on this show, it's fucking through the roof.
On this show,
if I drink on this show, my numbers are double.
Because you're the machine. You're the party guy.
And I like drinking. I really like drinking, but I like drinking more than anything. So part of me is like, I don't know what I want it to be, but I want to do that. I want to, like, I was like, this vlog. I mean, I'm the one that got you guys Tom into vlogging.
I know.
And Tom's vlog is so much better than mine. But I'm so specific. I don't like when people edit my vlogs.
Wait, do you have a YouTube channel where you air this show?
I stopped recording them.
You got to, dude.
It's
great.
so much of a pain in the ass.
I know.
It's so much of a pain in the ass. I'm doing it by myself.
Oh,
so
you
I have to fucking upload it.
Oh, yeah. You need a producer.
It's just, well, I can't find one. I had a great kid, but he was young, and I think he had aspirations for other things, and I wasn't, like, his editing was good, but it wasn't my editing. And then I had, like, a professional editor edit one, and I just didn't. I was like, no, I want to edit it. I think the thing I liked about it was that it was my thumbprint. Like that, it was what I wanted it to be, the vlog.
Yeah.
And then
you love that. You're great at that.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just a lot of energy.
It's a lot of time.
And so I only have, Leanne calls them buckets, but I only have like 4 buckets I can fill at any given time.
Yeah.
I got television, I got scripted television, I've got stand-up, and I got my podcast. And she's like, you keep adding buckets. You're the only one here to fill buckets.
Yeah.
Or empty buckets. And so...
focus on the few, not the many. You ever heard of Dan Pena?
No.
He's a fucking best. He's a billionaire guy, and he lives in Scotland, and he's from LA, and he says, like, he's a motivational speaker.
Is this guy you guys talked about on your podcast?
Yeah. He's like, you want to know why you're all fucked up?
Yeah, I know this
guy.
guy.
Your friends are fucking bums, man. Like, he's crazy.
It's true, because look at who your friends are,
it's true.
and that'll tell you if you're successful or failure.
Show me your friends, and I'll show you your future.
Yeah.
You know why you're all fucked up? Well, he's right. So he has a rule that's focus on the few, not the many. Meaning, don't have 10 buckets. Have your 2 or 3 buckets that you're nurturing constantly.
Yeah.
The problem comes when you're like, you ever meet a fucking guy who's like, I'm an actor, director, producer, dancer, right? Like, no, you're not, motherfucker.
But mostly I smoke cigars at Starbucks. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Right. Like, you're not. You're one thing, and very few people. Amy Schumer, I think, is one of those people that can do a lot of stuff. Like, she's an amazing actress, right? Actor. She can write movies. She's a great writer. She's a great stand-up and performer. That's very, very rare to be able. Steve Martin's like that too. Yeah, Steve Martin is an author, writes books too. All that stuff.
Yeah.
That's rare.
I think.
But focus on the few, not the many.
Yeah,
do your podcast, do your stand-up, do your television.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Amy's talked about having writers, her friends, help
on
her write
her show.
Hour.
Oh,
I think they all go to Hawaii and they help her write her hour. I don't know. I mean, I'd love to have a fucking team that I could fucking fly out to Hawaii and be like, hey, Segura, Ari, Bill, Joe, guys, hop on my jet. We're going to stay in Maui and bang out this hour of mine for fucking HBO.
I would love to have a ghostwriter.
Dude, I wrote my own book. Now, I'm assuming she wrote her own book, but like only because but I'm assuming she wrote it. But I tell you right now, I wrote my own. It was a fucking nightmare. I'll never do it again. It was a fucking... If she's doing it all by herself, fucking my hat's off to her. She's the greatest person in this fucking
That's what I hear,
business.
that writing a book is the worst experience ever. Because Tom was like, oh, I think I want to write this book. I'm like,
Nope.
I go, call Bert.
Nope.
I go, call Bert and ask him, because he fucking hated it. Most people hate the experience.
I went in and I said, they go, we'll pay you X amount of dollars to have a ghostwriter.
Great.
Pretty nice. And I went, no. I said, this guy's name, I don't need to tell you who it is. This guy's name wrote a book. I was friends with him. If he can write a book, I can definitely write a book. And they all looked at me like, he didn't write his book. I was like, no, he told me personally he wrote his book. I'm like, he did not write his book. He had a ghostwriter. We made his book. And I went, hold on. And they're like, yeah. No one writes their books. And I went, hold on. This person, they didn't write their fucking book.
Chelsea Handler does.
Yeah, I think she writes. Yeah, well, she's an author. Like, she wrote her first book. Why wouldn't she write all her books? She loves writing. But none of the other people that they say that wrote their books wrote their fucking books. Because I know this, because I got no fucking money for my book and I wrote it myself. Yeah, fucking.
Who's reading? I mean, you won't even read.
Dude,
Leanne reads to you.
My audiobook outsold my book exponentially because my medium is speaking. And I couldn't. I don't know if you ever heard my audiobook. It's fucking amazing.
I'm going to download it immediately.
Because I can't read out loud. So the whole time I'm going, motherfucker, cocksucker, son of a bitch, I'm taking my pants off. But
that's ridiculous.
But yeah, that's what they said when you go to sell a book. They're like, nah, that guy didn't write their fucking book. That person didn't write their book. And you're like, shut up. And they're like, no, they all had ghostwriters. Trust me.
Well, nobody's reading anymore. People are. They're not even. I download books on a whatever Nook. What's that shit called?
Yeah, a Nook. Yeah, those don't count as sales.
Shut up.
Nope.
I don't buy hard copy anymore because my husband made me stop because I have a library and it's.
They don't count
I'm
as
a hoarder.
sales.
That's terrible.
I mean, someone's getting the money for them, just you're not. It's a fucking racket.
It is a racket, and
Like,
it's a dying
me
market.
and my buddy was gonna, because I was like, okay, I got the energy to write a book. I got the ideas to write a book. I just don't want to sit down and fucking write. Writing a book is very difficult. And so my buddy is a writer. He's like, we were going to do an adventure series of Adventures of the Machine. And so it would be like crazy, bizarre, fun, Fletch-inspired, like crazy stories about me, but you can just plug them in and like Murder on the Orient Express, or he gets involved with a fucking something crazy.
Have you ever thought about doing one of those cruises where people hang out with you?
Yeah, I'd love that.
I'm serious. Would you? You would, though. You would love that.
I'd love that more than I'd love having my own sitcom.
Dude,
if you told me I could do a cruise once a year where, like, I'll tell you what, if you said this to me, you're going to do a cruise. It's Rogan, Joey Diaz, Tom and Christina, and you, and Ari.
Never happen. It'll never
happen. It's too complicated. Someone said to me the other day, I said to Tom the other day, I go, hey, this date and this date got pulled. Let's me and you just do it anyway. And he was like, I can't. And like he would do it in a heartbeat. He's like, I can't. I'm doing that area in 2 months. Our schedules are just too fucked up. If you said,
oh no, we wouldn't do it because we're antisocial.
Oh, Joe wouldn't do it because he's fucking busy as fuck. Joey wouldn't do it because he doesn't want to be around people. Right. Ari would do it. Ari would do it. You, Ari, and Duncan. I bet Duncan would do it. Duncan would do it. Duncan could do like fucking noon spiritual classes.
All right, he could do yoga and meditation, and then you take over the night shift. You do drinking. Your shift starts at 8. How cool would it be? And then Ari does late night.
What if the Comedy Store did a cruise?
Oh my God, that'd be rad.
The Comedy Store cruise, and it's like a fucking 8-day cruise.
Oh my God!
With just you get an OR, a belly room, and a main like. Just fucking bad. What time do you have to head out?
Well, no, I'm just making sure Tom's not writing to me. I'm good.
That would be badass. But I'd love to do a cruise. I'm doing Cowhead's cruise in 3 weeks.
You've been friends with that guy forever.
Known him before Georgia. I've known him longer than I've known Georgia.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, he's...
Are you farting?
I have some gossip about him. I'll tell you later.
Yeah, okay.
It's good. And right now, if he's listening, he knows what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
I'll tell you later. I can't tell you here.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I'd love to do a fucking cruise. That's the brokenness of me. It's like I'd love being on a cruise with all my fans that just want to talk about me and do shots.
God, look how young you are in that special.
You should see how skinny I am in that.
That's the one I went to, right? That taping? Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Are you doing a special?
Don't even get me started on that. What? We'll talk about this off camera.
Really?
Off mic. Really? It's so annoying. It's so annoying for me.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you. There's the business end of it that's not working out.
I don't understand this. I feel like all of Tom's fans are your fans.
That would be logical, right?
No, it's 100%. I've talked to Tom about this aggressively, but like his, the main reason he's moving tickets. Yes, his Netflix specials were fantastic, but your podcast is the podcast is huge, but Netflix for him was the tipping point.
Netflix. Those two specials put Tom that's what shot him up.
Fucking. I mean, that big. Everyone's trying to replicate that in Netflix now. It'll never happen that way for anyone else ever again. Never.
No, it's done.
It's done.
It's done.
It happened for Tom Segura. One fucking human being got it.
Tom Segura. Isn't he the best? How much do you love my husband? Let's talk about him.
I probably love him more than you love him, but I don't need him as much. No. Like, you need him more than you love him.
I love him. What?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What do you mean I need him more than I love him?
This is, by the way, this is something I told on stage, and in the middle of telling it, I realized I may be doing a Patrice O'Neill bit, but because Patrice had a bit about his corgi needs him to get up on the couch. So when his corgi looks at him, his corgi is like, I need you. And he's like, my woman doesn't realize she needs me. She just sits on the couch like she deserves to sit on the couch. Whatever Patrice's bit was, I'm sure it was super misogynistic and correlating his girlfriend to his dog. But my bit I said one time was I realized I was talking to Leanne and I said, Leanne loves me more than she needs me. She doesn't need me. I need Leanne more than I love her.
Wait, so you think I'm you in the relationship with my husband and Tom's the Leanne?
100%. You are more me than you could ever fucking.
No, I know. You and I are very emotionally.
You and I are twins in the relationships.
I know. Well, not twins. I'm not as irresponsible as you.
Oh, just as irresponsible.
You're way more irresponsible.
If I was having a baby, do you think I'd be like, natural childbirth, please? I'd be like, no, load me up with drugs. Knock me the fuck out like it's 1950. Throw a racial slur in there. I'm out, bitches.
I said that.
No, but that's basically what you said. I want it to be 1950. Someone hit a woman and call someone the N-word. I'm out. Okay. I like that. I like that.
How dare you?
But yeah, and Tom is definitely Leanne.
Tom, but then again, Leanne and I are similar emotionally too.
Do you know how much money you have in savings right now? Me either. I said to Leanne, I took off this month and I go, how are we going to be financially if I don't work this month? And she was like, are you fucking joking? And I was like, is it that bad? She goes, no, we're fine for fucking 3 years.
Oh, that's
She goes,
good.
you don't have to work for 3 fucking years. And I was like, seriously? She goes, idiot. I've been doing nothing but saving fucking money like a squirrel.
Good.
And I was like, really? And she's like, yeah, we're good. She goes, we don't, like, our bottom line at the end of every month is like college kid low.
Well, here's the thing: is that I live like I'm still in communism. Like I don't spend money. I'm like your wife in that
Yes,
I feel
I spend money like I have a month.
I don't, and I don't. I don't like debt. I don't like to buy expensive things. I feel guilty when I do.
See, Tom likes buying expensive shit.
He likes to, and he likes to buy it for me because I won't get it for myself.
What car are you driving right now? I get phone calls from him sometimes. Hey man, what's you had a blank. What did you think of this car?
I don't even know what he's driving. What's that called? It's some kind of normal car. It's normal.
Is it?
It's normal.
Did you guys get the Navigator?
I have a big SUV.
You have a Navigator?
It's not a Navigator. It's not a Navigator. It's not a Navigator. But here's the thing: is that I take care of Ellis more, so I feel like that's my like I keep a fucking human being alive, and he can take care of that stuff for now. Like he's got to watch the fort because I got to fucking focus on this person that needs to be kept alive.
Let me tell you something. Right now, when we got Georgia and Isla, Leanne had a Corolla.
Yeah,
and I'm sure there's only a couple things in my life I've ever lied about on this podcast, and it's only been because I was embarrassed to tell the truth. Not like lied maliciously, but this might have been one of them that I've ever lied about. And my dad, and only because I'm ashamed that my dad would just give us a car. And my mom had a Mercedes that we still have, and we got pregnant with Georgia, and my dad said, Leanne can't be driving around in her Corolla pregnant. Let us send you a car. And I wasn't going to say no. I was like, and Leanne's car was paid off, so we could sell it. We get cash. We can have extra cash in the bank. And my dad sent us out this I was like probably 2001, but it was probably 2004 at the time. So it was a really nice Mercedes, and we have that car. We've had it ever since. But I remember then the next car we got was a Navigator, and I was like,
that was a big car.
I said, I don't want you ever driving the Mercedes. I want you in the biggest car possible with the girls.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anything happen to my family. Because for me, in my head, then this is, by the way, also a lie. I also like nice shit. But I was like, for $200 more a month, I can never have anything happen to my kids. And that's the way I looked at it. Leanne got in a car wreck.
I remember that.
Totaled the Navigator.
I remember.
The movie didn't even skip. Isla didn't know that we had been in a car accident.
Wow.
And it totaled the Navigator. T-boned it, totaled it.
Wow.
The other car was destroyed. It was a Prius. Ooh. Destroyed. Woman had to go to the hospital. Leanne was. The movie didn't skip. And I was like, if you have the means, by all means, get the biggest car you can to protect your kids.
Fuck yeah.
100%.
Dude, the minute you're pregnant, you're like, oh, you gotta do everything. We gotta live in a fucking compound. I gotta get the big car. I gotta do, of course.
Like, I mean, I'm neurotic about that shit though.
I'm neurotic about Bert. My life. Okay, if we're emotionally similar,
yeah.
I'm crippled at times by anxiety and like not depression some days, but like I'm very neurotic. I turn it on.
Hardcore neurotic.
Yeah. Like I don't think it's never anyone else's problem. It's always me. I'm always like oh yeah. I'm crazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I spin out. We call it firing hot. I have a feeling it has to do with my thyroid. I didn't know that.
I think mine's hormonal too, actually.
Oh my God! I went to the doctor last physical I had. Oh, this is Leanne for you. I'm getting ready to shoot my Showtime special. Leanne schedules a full blood panel the week before. I won't get the results in until after my special.
No, don't do that.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do
She's
that.
like, don't you want to know if something's wrong with you? I was like, not this week.
Yeah, you got to focus. You got to keep your head in that game.
And so they told me I had a inactive thyroid.
Really? That's interesting.
And he's like, sometimes it's overactive, sometimes it's inactive. He's like, it's pretty much thrashed. And I was like,
and
really?
Does that contribute to having anxiety?
It basically mimics, by the way, whatever I'm saying, I'm sure there's a doctor going, you're totally fucking wrong.
Yeah, of course.
But from what he said, it basically mimics manic depression.
Oh, I'm not that crazy. Are you that up and down?
Oh, yeah, I have, we call it firing hot, but I've had moments where I'm firing hot and then physically ill. Like really up, and then physically ill.
Whoa.
And it's like, yeah, and I think probably what I've been going through this past month or whatever it's been, probably less than that, but I think it's probably due to my thyroid. I'm supposed to get my blood checked randomly enough next week to check my thyroid. They want me to check it 3 times a year.
Damn.
And I may have to go on medication, but it's like it mimics manic depression.
Whoa. See, I think mine's hormonal. Like after I had the kid, I was like, like blackness, darkness, that postpartum, and then it fucks you up for a while.
But the thing is, and not to like add into why you should be depressed, but it's there's a bunch of change. Everyone loves change. Fucking change. I don't like it.
Change is the worst.
I don't like change.
No, I don't like it either. Change is the worst. I don't like. I just did this episode of That's Deep Bro on. It's called Life is a Terrifying Adventure, because that's how they try to spin it. Like life is an adventure and you should embrace the changes. You're like, yeah, but it's scary and I don't like it. Once I get used to something, can't something just stay the same for a while? Can't I just have some stability for a minute and a half?
Yeah, there's a lot to be said. One of the things that at Travel Channel that used to drive me nuts is like, you know, every experience you have is better, except for the guys who die doing it, like skydiving. Fuck yeah! And I was like, yeah, but 47 people a year die skydiving. Like for 47 people, they had the worst death possible.
Yeah.
Like for those of us that live, it was fucking amazing. But there is a moment where you roll the dice and you're screaming at the earth at 100 miles an hour, going, "Oh shit, I can't change this."
Yeah.
Like there's change is fucking terrifying.
Well, and can I tell you something? It's funny, like skydiving. Like when I did road rules a million years ago, before every mission, they're like, "Are you excited? You're gonna rest?" And I'd be like, "No, I don't like any of this. I wanted to be on the real world. I wanted to sit in a house and smoke and drink for 5 months. Like I don't fucking care about this shit." Because the thing is,
you guys did something with alligators?
Yeah, we did stupid shit. Like everything you've done on Hurt Bert and your shows, that stuff doesn't faze me. Like jumping out of an airplane. For me, it doesn't. I don't care. Real life fucking phases me. Like getting married, that terrified me. Or having a child terrifies me, because that's real responsibility. That's like real life. That shit gets me anxious up at night. That fucks me up. But all that stuff you're like adventure seeking, I don't give a fuck. Like I feel like because I dealt with a lot of that stuff growing up, like extreme situations. So that shit doesn't. I don't even care.
Did your parents yell?
Oh, get your life. I mean, yeah, they did everything. It was cray-cray. Yeah, fuck, please. My dad's an alcoholic. My mom was borderline, like, you know, and schizophrenic at the time of her death. Like, I went through her. Did I tell you this? Did you even hear about this? My mom died at Montreal.
I remember that.
I was 5 months pregnant.
Do you remember what I said to you?
No, I blacked it all out.
I said something, and you literally said shh, 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 and you walked away from me. And you grabbed Molly. You grabbed Molly from the punchline, and you grabbed her arm and you walked away from me.
What did you say?
You were like, my mom just died, and I went, oh, what if her spirit went into your stomach and that's your baby? And you went, no, and you walked away from me, and I went, push, I didn't mean it like that.
That would have been the worst. Now, yeah, that's evil. Oh my god, my mom was crazy.
Yeah, your mom.
She was schizophrenic, so by the time of her death, she was totally gone. Like she was a recluse, and she didn't leave the house for a couple years there. And she had, so crazy, printed out she kept files on Tom. Like, she would find pictures and interviews that he had done on the internet, print them out, highlight them. My friends, Mary Lynn Rice Cub, who I'm friends with, printed out her photo and made notes about Mary Lynn. And I'm pretty sure there may have been one about you.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, I think you're in one of my mom's folders.
That would make me so excited. By the way, that's all I was thinking this whole time you told this story. Was I in there? I think
you were, because I think you and Tom had done something. And I don't know, there was something, the two of you. So weird. Yeah, it was fucking terrifying. So anyway, the point being that stuff, things don't faze me as much as just living a regular, healthy life scares me. Doing things that people should normally do terrify me. Like phone conversations. I don't like the phone. I don't like talking on the phone. I get anxiety about that. I get anxiety saying no to people. I get anxiety like...
I can't say no to anybody.
Yeah, like that kind of shit just rocks me emotionally.
The shit that makes Tom comfortable, like the confrontation or any of that shit, I don't fucking like any of that.
Can I tell you that I learned to be a normal person watching Tom? Like, he taught me how to do everything. Like, I just watched him. Like, oh, that's how you confront someone, or that's how you act like a normal person. Like, I learned how to be like a white American person from him, because my parents were just like Hungarian communist lunatics. Like, he taught me how to be just normal. I
still have a really hard time with conversation. There was a guy that told one of my jokes, and I just didn't say anything about it. I was like, whatever. I already told it my special. But then I did it in front of him, and I think he thinks I stole it from him. And I'm like, whoa. Like, and I was like, I don't know how to do. And I was like, I guess I'll just never speak to you. Like, I guess I'll just pretend. You'll be a ghost for my eyes. Like,
so, but why are you afraid? Because I know why I'm afraid. Because of my parents. It's a long story, but why are you afraid? Who in your childhood, if you push back on mom and dad, did you get punished, or did you get... What would happen if you pushed back as a kid?
I never pushed back.
There you go.
I would never...
But why not?
Like, I wouldn't... I don't know. I just never like... I don't know. I just never pushed back. I don't know. Like, I mean, if I had an anxiety attack at night, I'd go into my dad's room and wake him up and be like, hey, I'm having a hard time sleeping. He'd be, shut the fuck up, go back to bed.
There you go.
And so I'd just be like, cool. I'll just white knuckle this. I'm fucking 8, and I'll just fucking stare at the ceiling fan or watch Johnny Carson and feel like he's yelling at me.
Right.
Like, my panic attacks would manifest themselves in that the people's heads on TV would look like Beetlejuice small, and they'd be shouting at me.
Wow.
And I'd be like, I can't really reel this in. Like, I'm having a hard time. I'm seeing the futility of life, and that there's a hell, and I may go there because I've made some poor decisions at 10. And what? Can we talk about this? Go the fuck back to sleep. I don't know. I remember.
But then, why were you having anxiety attacks at 10? Because I had them too as a 9-year-old.
I don't know. I think it's chemical.
No, it can be, but it's probably emotional.
I don't know. What did I do?
Not you.
I didn't sleep. I didn't.
That's the wrong question. What did I do? See, you went into childhood. Yeah. That's what children think. Children go, what did I do? The right answer is, what did my parents do? Because they're the ones that trained you to have fucking severe anxiety, dude.
I don't know. I slept with my parents until I was like...
So did I.
Until I was like 12 9 or 10.
So did I. Because I was
By the way, I definitely slept with them past 10 because we lived in our new house and we built it when I was 10, and I definitely remember sleeping in my parents' bed. I remember sleeping in my parents' bed. In that bed, I was definitely older than 10, with my arm over my dad. I told Georgia this the other night. I was like, I used to have to touch my dad, and she was like, "Why?" I was like, "I don't know." So he wouldn't leave, or I knew if he left. I don't know.
Well, were you afraid of... I was afraid of ghosts, so I wouldn't go into my room for about... I saw poltergeist, and I wouldn't go in my own room.
I was afraid of... I don't know if I was afraid of ghosts. I was afraid of darkness. I was afraid of silence. Me too. I was afraid of, like... I was definitely afraid of sharks.
Me too. I thought there was a shark in my swimming pool after seeing Jaws.
I don't think I enjoyed a swimming pool until my 20s when I got introduced to marijuana, and I was like, oh, I could chill the fuck out and relax in here. Like, every time I swam across that swimming pool, like it was a scene in Jaws, and he was chasing me like, get me the fuck to the other side. I don't know.
Yeah, but were your sisters having panic attacks and stuff?
Cotty has them.
Yeah.
My youngest. Annie is dead inside.
Yeah.
I think she has them now, but I think they're more related to, like, where she's at in her life and what she's doing. But, like, Cotty still has them. I have them.
I don't have panic attacks anymore, but I have general, it comes and goes. It's usually hormonal. Like during my period, I get full of anxiety, anxiousness.
I
hate it. That's why meditation helps, dude, because it calms down all the...
Oh, they're letting the chickens out.
Oh, let me see. Are they feeding them?
No, Isla and her
Look
friend.
how fucking cool Isla is.
Isla's, I gotta be dead honest with you, and I'm not saying this, like, I hear a lot of dads talk like this. Isla fucking is cool. Like,
I know, I'm looking at her.
Georgia's a little bit of a nerd, you know? Like,
Yeah.
she's a very sweet person. She definitely could be prone to being bullied. Like, I was talking to someone about fights. Oh, Kimberly Congdon was saying that she got in a fight when she was in grade school.
Who?
And Kimberly Congdon, she's a comic.
Kimberly Kong?
Kimberly Congdon.
Oh, I've heard
King
that.
Kong.
Kinder DeConde.
And
Look at her
Isla.
cool ass haircut. Like
She's the one that wants it cut like that.
she's dope.
She she woke up one morning. She's like, "Oh, my ear's pierced."
Fuck yeah,
George
dude.
is like, "Fuck that." I was like, "I'm gonna chop my hair off today."
She's
and
gonna-
Leanne's like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she like goes in. She goes, "Cut it all off."
She's gonna get tats.
Guarantee she gets tats. You
Yeah.
know, Joey, the best line ever given out by her ever was from Joey Diaz. Joey Diaz one Easter is watching her fucking fight with a tree or whatever, and Joey's just watching her, and
Fight
Joey's
with
high
a
as fuck.
Yeah.
And I just walk up to him. Oh fuck! I gotta tell him I'm not doing that spot tonight. I was like, "What's up?" He was like, "Dog, you're gonna be knocking drugs and dicks out of our hands in high school." I was like,
I don't know about the dick thing. I think the secret to keeping your daughter from doing that stuff is if you love her. It's all about daddy. All roads lead to daddy with the dick stuff. Now, if you're cool with her, she won't feel the need to rebel and get a bunch of dicks in her. Now,
I'm cool with her. She's very distant. Like, she's really like
distant with you and Leanne, or just
distant. Like, it's
a chicken.
It's hard to get her to fucking give a shit. Like, you know, like, that sounds crazy to say, but like you'll, like, every morning, if I don't give Georgia a kiss goodbye and go to school, Georgia gets a little upset.
Yeah.
So, like, Georgia will be like, "Dad, are you forgetting something?" I'm like, "Oh, I give her 4 kisses and say I love you." And, like, this morning, I was like, "I like kisses?" She's like, "I'm running late." I was like, "Hey, kisses." And she goes, "Seriously?" And, like, she was the first one. Georgia, to this day, would let you kiss her on the lips. Isla stopped that shit at 6. She was like, "It creeps me out."
It is weird. Why are you kissing your children on the lips?
I kissed Georgia on the lips up until probably like 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
Oh my god, that's totally creepy. That's totally creep
my
salad.
Sister, by the way, we didn't do it when they were babies, and my sister Cotty did it. And we're like, "Whoa, you just kissed her on the lips." She goes, "Yeah, she's my niece." And we were like,
No,
"Okay."
totally creepy.
Yeah, but I kissed George on the lips up until probably like 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh my god, did she see your peener too?
She saw me naked before, yeah. She saw me naked. Last time she saw me naked was the last big earthquake we had here. I tried to do this as a bit. It never fucking worked.
Yeah, I think I know why. Nobody wants to hear about your daughter seeing your dick.
Well, it was an earthquake. Leanne was out with the dogs. It's like 6 a.m. Earthquake happens. I jump out of bed naked, and I run into the girls' room to be like, make sure they're okay, but they didn't even feel the earthquake. And now I'm just yelling, "Everybody under the table!" But my dick's bouncing up and down. That's all they see is my dick. They don't feel the earthquake, anything. All they see is my dick. But
yeah, nobody wants to hear that.
I heard
terrible.
some female comic or some female Twitter person, I think, said, "Hey, dads, the first dick your daughters see shouldn't be yours."
Yeah, my parents are European. I saw they're naked all the time.
Really?
Everybody? Yeah, dude. I don't know if it's a Euro thing or just my fucked up parents, but
you get naked with Ellis right now.
now I take a shower, I'll get naked.
So then where do you
now.
draw the line? Like, where's the day that you're like, all right, this is creepy for everybody?
I don't know, like 3 or 4? Is that about?
So then...
Where he can't, when he can talk to you and be like, "What are those? Why are your tits so low? Why do you look so disgusting?" Yeah, my tits are wrecked. They're so wrecked.
Are they?
Oh, get your life. Yeah.
Oh, Leanne's got me
wrecked.
better.
They got better?
Uh-huh.
After
Leanne has
children?
the best tits in the world.
Really?
Leanne has, to this day, if you gave me a set of tits to play with, I'd pick Leanne's over anyone's.
Lucky. So jealous. My tits were great, and now they're just hangers.
Do you think you'll
They're
get
huge.
Do you think you'll get a boob job?
I'm not that vain, man. I don't know. I don't give a fuck enough to I don't even give a fuck to have Botox again. I did it once, and I was
You did Botox?
I did once, yeah, and it hurts. Gives you migraines.
Where did you do it?
See, I got this one wrinkle in between my eyes because I'm always scowling.
Oh, yeah, I do see it. Oh, here's Leanne. Leanne!
She took a shower.
She did take it because we're losing that shower.
What?
So everyone's taking their last panic shower.
For how long?
It's forever.
What do you mean forever?
Shower's going away.
And then what are you guys going to do for showers?
Go to our friends' houses.
You want to come over?
In a heartbeat.
We have a spare one. You most definitely can.
And sleep on your and chill out on your fraternity couch.
Of course.
That's fucking.
That's the dopest thing ever.
That is a fucking. Clearly, it's your purchase.
So white trash.
For those of you who don't know, one of they're out in their house out in Malibu.
Fuck off, Malibu.
Leanne,
come here.
Leanne,
come on.
Come here, quickly. She's eating something.
Come on.
Come here for a second. No, we have a question. What? Oh, there's another.
Leanne, are you gonna? Did you ever get another tattoo besides that one? No. I know.
Hold on one second.
You're not.
Hold on 1 second.
That's what I think, and
Pause.
I want one too.
No. All right. Stop. I think I just did the right thing, Leanne. Talking that.
Hello.
Louder.
We can share a mic.
Hello?
No. We're fine.
Look at
All
the
right,
chicken.
we're perfect. Let's cut this one. All right, Leanne, here, sit down. If you had to say, we do this to everyone, by the way. If you had to say that Tom was one person in the relationship of me and you, and Push was one person in the relationship of me and you, who would you say Push is more similar to?
Push
me?
is Bert.
I told you.
No, I am.
Yeah, and Tom is me.
I thought I was responsible.
No, that's not what it is. It's just
it's
the
kinda what it is.
It's the generalities. It's the generalities.
Damn
of
it. I'm more fucked up than I thought I was.
Oh, yeah, you are. You're a fucking mess, and I'm a mess, too. And thank God we have these fucking people to ride their coattails into the fucking sunset.
I know.
What do you think you would have done with all your fucking money? It would be fucking pissed away. You would have fucking, oh my God,
I'm
bought
an
a fucking
idiot.
property in Utah?
No, I wouldn't. I would live like a miser. I wouldn't. I would squirrel it away and just live like
you
a
got
miser.
Tom to be your fucking, your mad money scientist.
Yeah.
Who's like, we can afford this, we can afford that. We got this.
I would still be living in a 1-bedroom apartment, and I'd be living like a lunatic.
Oh, Bert says all the time he never would have bought this house.
I never would have bought this house.
That we would still be living in that apartment.
I don't spend money on shit ever.
Well, he spends money on
right.
shit always, but not the right shit, like a house or a money market or retirement fund.
The problem is, if you and Tom had got married, Leanne, it would just be boring.
Oh, shut up.
Exactly.
You guys need this fucking flair in your life.
Oh, please.
We're the sparkles on a stripper.
I heard about your shitty birthday, and I'm sorry that first of all, I failed you. I did not say happy birthday, so happy birthday.
That's okay.
And secondly, what can they do? What can Bert do specifically to make it up to you?
Look, she loves it.
Oh, is guilt burning a hole in your heart, is it? Guilt burning that house down?
It should.
Any awareness that was going on the day of?
Listen, we all were living in our own little nightmares.
Were you?
We were all spiraling out.
Did you tell her about the tantrum you had about not having a Ram shirt and needing to go to Universal City Walk on my birthday?
No, I didn't.
You didn't say anything
no
about
one
that?
mentioned that.
No? And I was
That's
like,
not
his bird
important.
said, we're going to Universal City Walk. And I went, wait, it's my birthday. I really don't want to go to Universal City Walk. And he goes, well, I don't have a shirt for tonight, and the only place I can get a shirt is Universal City Walk, so we're going to City Walk. And I was like, okay, but it's my birthday, and I don't want to do that.
Hang
I'm
on.
just saying
Let's
it.
ask an independent third party. Isla, take the microphone. Be honest. Did Mom have a good birthday?
Well, instead of the City Walk thing, he didn't want to go, though.
She didn't want to go? But do you
He
think
didn't
she had a
wanna
good birthday all in all? Mm-hmm. Really? Mm-hmm. What was the card that you got her? What did it say?
I didn't get her a card.
Ooh. What about the card Georgia got her? What did that say?
He didn't get me a card.
What about the card I got her? What did that say?
I didn't know you got her a card.
I got 3 cards. I got one from Sandy, one from Carter, and one from Sydney.
Boom!
Oh, good. Well, guess what?
None from my own personal family.
Okay, what about your present you got her, Isla? What was it?
I didn't get her a present. I'm getting her one.
Oh, you are?
Nice track covering.
Way to go, Isla. What are you getting her?
I don't know. I'm going to see what's at the mall.
Oh, how you getting to the mall?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we
You're
should
gonna
plan
take
this
me.
out a little better next time.
Mm-mm.
Maybe we should have done this
You're going to the
before
mall
Mom's
with
birthday.
me.
Okay, we'll go to the
No,
mall.
he means maybe you should do it before my birthday.
Oh.
All right, go play, Isla.
Okay.
Georgia's over
Wait,
it.
Mama, the thing I came in for, can I download an app?
No, you can play with Zoe, who's
No,
here to
but
play with you.
We're doing a thing on the
Jesus
app.
Christ.
So it's like, it's iMovie, and we're going to make a little movie.
But you
You're
already
not
have
going to be able to
iMovie on your
download
iPad.
iMovie, Isla, and
very
complicated.
navigate iMovie.
No,
Very
don't do no. Just
No,
play.
you're going to be fine. Go play.
Very
Just play.
complicated.
Which iPad?
Go play, Isla.
Just go play.
Which iPad?
Go play,
Your
Isla.
new one. Your new one.
Okay.
Good luck finding it.
Now, Leanne, what can Bert do specifically to unfuck himself from the fuckery that was your birthday? And I want specific details, like he wakes you up with breakfast in bed. Maybe
Oral
it's a
sex.
Burke Williams day. What
I don't
do you want?
know. I didn't really need anything, really. I just really didn't want to go to City Walk at all. I really did not. That was like if someone had said, "What is the thing you would like to do the least?" I would say go to a really crowded mall type
course.
area and eat shit food that's so commercialized for people that live in like I don't know. You know,
Well, they easy. We have big numbers all over the country.
okay, in some really in Bowden, Georgia.
Oh, there we go. We
so-
don't ship shit in Bowden.
So
So a nice
Yeah.
a nice meal would
That would've been
repair
nice.
some of the damage, you think?
maybe some thoughtfulness past the donuts. I mean, I did get donuts for breakfast.
That's nice.
But then after that, it all kind of left.
For the record, the workmen got donuts too. I bought them donuts also, so it wasn't like it was like, all right. We'll see.
So a nice
Are you
meal.
feeling guilty?
I'm feeling guilty. George is feeling really guilty.
Is she?
Yeah, well, you know Georgia,
well,
she's
wait.
broken like I am.
But wait, did you mention the speech I got about Father's Day?
No.
Oh, you didn't mention that to push?
Father's
no?
Day is different than a birthday.
Oh, is it? Okay. So I got this big speech about Father's Day, about how I just take the girls to Target and have them buy the shit stuff that's eye level on the shelves.
It's
and
true.
You get some shit like surfboard that says "Best Dad Ever," and how he did not want that. That it better be some thoughtful gift. It better be something he wanted. It better be good.
I got a
And
pillow.
It was a pillow that you had been saying you wanted for
got a
6
pillow.
weeks. That we took you. You had to be fitted for it. It was a
fitted with a lot of-
$175
It
pillow.
Why'd you have
was
to be
a lot of
fitted?
stress. It was a lot of stress into my
But it
Father's
was
Day.
what you wanted.
It was a lot of stress. Lay down
Was it
right now.
thoughtful?
It was very thoughtful.
Yes, it was.
I would have liked
It
a
was
motorcycle
thoughtful.
better. When everyone's like,
Motorcycle?
yeah,
Jeez.
I'm chasing the dragon, push.
Yeah. Looking for those highs.
So I got this speech, like, what was that, June?
So don't worry. You've guilted your daughter enough into a fucking redo this Saturday.
A card would have been nice.
You don't worry.
Just a card. We already agreed
Georgia's
on
a
no
fucking
presents.
wreck about it.
I was like, a card. I can't believe they didn't get me a card. Like, they didn't even
that's
make, cut out a heart.
yeah, that's all kids do all day is color and cut things and make
Except
cute.
my two moron kids who are like,
Follow their dad's
oh, we
lead.
got donuts today? It's softball? Let's go to the City Walk. We got a Rams game tonight? Oh, let's go to sleep. That was a great day. Anything else big happen today? It was Mom's birthday? So don't worry. You were effective in your shame campaign.
By the way, today is your mom's birthday.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me?
No. We got to call your mom. I was waiting for the girls to get out of school.
Oh, Leanne.
It is not my mom's birthday.
You poor woman.
Today's the 23rd, right? Yeah, today's her birthday.
Oh, fuck. Today's my mom's birthday.
Happy birthday,
and we just
Gigi.
shit on my mom the whole fucking front part of the podcast.
You did?
Does she listen to this
kind
show?
of.
You did?
Didn't shit on
Not
her, but like
really.
very honestly said I think she was disconnected in my childhood.
Oh.
What, does she listen to podcasts?
No.
Your parents don't even know what a podcast is. Don't worry
No,
about it.
my mom wants to start one. She just doesn't know how to get it up there. So she's like, yeah, I want to do an early childhood development podcast. I was like, you should. There's a lot of people I think would listen to it. She's like, how do I get it on the internet? I was like, this is going to be a long conversation. I was like, you need 2 microphones. She goes, and the microphones, does that record them? I go, no, the cords then are attached to a recorder. And does it just plug into the internet? I go,
Oh my
Mom,
God.
it's a
Forget
little more.
it. She won't do it. She doesn't even know how to download a podcast. She's not going to
No.
hear it.
She won't, except
fine.
someone in her fucking workplace will be like, Gigi, have you heard Bert on the latest podcast? That's what people do. They walk into my dad's office. Holy shit. Have you seen Bert naked with the sock on his cock at goddamn Comedy Jam?
They did?
My dad's like, I don't like looking at that stuff.
Oh, no. I didn't know that someone said that to your dad.
Oh, yeah. Anything I do might go straight to my dad. So, you just got to disconnect, Push.
Yep, I do. I disconnect.
You disconnect from what?
Oh, from life and stuff, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. You can't worry what people think about you.
No, I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
I used to be very hung up on what people thought of me, and now I think having a kid makes you give less fucks about anything else.
Wait till. Okay, this is where it starts coming back. Wait till you do an hour, and your kids are like 12 and 10, and you realize after you do it, oh shit, they're probably going to see all of this. Oh. Maybe I should not have shared that my wife farted during oral sex one time. And it's going to come back.
But they know that that's fiction, and you can say, "Oh, that's
not fiction, Push.
Fiction."
It's fiction, as far as anybody needs to know.
It wasn't fiction twice.
Oh, good. That's good.
Oh my god!
I remember I just told that story on stage, and I said to Cowhead, I said, "Can I?" I was getting ready to do a show, and I said, he goes, "What's that one joke you were talking about?" And I was like, oh, the one where my wife farted on my chin, and he dumped it, and he goes, that's not it. And he was like, I cannot. And I go, why? You don't know what she was doing. He goes, I think people can pretty easily figure out what was happening if she farted on your chin. And I was like, oh, yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah. We celebrated you this entire podcast.
Oh,
we did.
Thanks.
I said I would like.
We celebrated you. We celebrated Tom.
Yeah, he's the best. So you're such a sweet lady that because your husband likes to shower with a hose in the backyard, that you got him like a nice shower in the backyard thing.
Yeah.
At the old place.
Yeah, it's still here.
That's
it's
really
right back
nice.
here on the corner.
It's the best. My favorite.
That's really nice.
I love showering. Where? Watch. This is how true my answers are to life. Where did I fall in love with showering outside?
Little Palm Island.
You got it.
Now, I'm trying to get Bert to meditate. I heard that that's something you're interested in as well with him.
Me?
Yeah, I mean, like you've been encouraging him.
Yes, I've been encouraging him to meditate, for sure. I think it would help him a lot. I don't really meditate, but I grew up meditating. You know, my mom made me meditate. And I know that it for his brain would be really good for him.
Just to quiet down the demons howling and the... Yeah, see? It'll quiet down all the fucking...
It quiets you. It makes you just have... A moment of stillness will sometimes reset everything. Just being still and quiet. And if you watch your thoughts pass into your brain and then watch them leave, it kind of resets your inner clock.
Like sleeping?
No, not like sleeping. That's different. It's being aware but not being attached.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You realize that all this stuff is just bullshit.
It's like
not
old
real.
tapes.
Yeah.
It's like old recordings that play, and then you can suss out what's a lie and what's not if you're detached.
Okay.
I mean,
my brain's hammering pretty hard with some propaganda against me lately.
Against
my brain's
what?
up against me. My brain's like Donald Trump, and I'm a Mexican.
You're all in one?
I'm America Ferrara, and my brain's Donald Trump. And I'm like, listen, he's calling us rapists. And my brain's like, well, you are what you are. I'm not saying I'm a rapist, but I have had sex with my wife when she didn't want to have sex with me.
That's like every married couple.
It wasn't non-consensual.
It wasn't non-consensual, but if you could have gotten out of it, you would have.
Well, yeah, if I could
I
have
said on
taught
stage
my
one
way
time,
out
I
of
go,
it.
have you ever had sex with someone who didn't want to have sex with you? And someone goes, you mean like raping them? And I went, no, not that. I was like, I'm talking about my wife. And they're like, it still sounds like rape. I go, no, it was in the garage. She just wasn't that into it. Looking at her watch and eyeing around me. I hear something. I think the sprinklers are going off.
It's normal.
Yeah.
That's
Totally
called married
normal.
sex.
It is. It's the Bear Bunny
Is
syndrome.
Tom with the kid right now?
Yeah, actually, he just called. I should probably text him back. Hold on.
Well, why don't we wrap this
Talk
up? We're
about
almost at 3 hours.
We
I
should.
know.
Oh my
I gotta
god!
go get
really?
Gabriella.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
This was, by the way, I'm dying to see what the numbers are for this. Because I'm obsessed with like when I do a really like this is probably one of the most seamless conversations I've had for 3 hours in a very long time.
Wow.
Well, I think
Honored.
it's one of the no. I've wanted to podcast with you for a while because I don't know. I think we have a very good energy talking about shit.
Well, yeah, we know each other for a long time, and that really helps. It's hard to podcast with people you don't really know. It's just it's awkward the whole time, and the timing's off. And honestly, I don't really like doing other people's podcasts anymore for that reason. Like, I got my show, Your Mom's House. That's Deep Row, and obviously for you, but I don't want to fucking talk to nobody else.
There's very few people.
There's very few people I want to talk to.
I've done some podcasts lately where I've gone in and I've been like. I don't know if I did their podcast or if I just did my podcast on their podcast. Right. Where I just barrel steam through. Like I did Dan St. Germain's podcast, and I don't know if I just was like fucking hammering them with whatever I thought. And I was like, I wonder if they have like a format.
I know.
Like I just barreled through it, and poor Dan's like, well, that was fun. You got to come back into our podcast again because I don't think you did it. Like I did Joe Coy's, totally just. I feel like I just barrel people over.
You could do this on your own. You're a talker. Like, I do That's Deep Row, just me and a mic for an hour, just talking,
really?
like Bill Burr style. Like, listen to Bill Burr and just, like...
Maybe I'll do one a week where it's just
try it, dude, because
drinking by myself over it.
Why do you have to drink?
That's another interesting question. We talked about that on this
We talked a lot about that.
podcast.
I thought I had a pretty good idea for you to have a jabber on one about giving advice for young men.
I don't know what it was. What was this?
Remember we were driving from Phoenix, and I was like, why don't you do a podcast where you just sit and give advice for young men, like, this is...
Oh, yeah.
This is how you know what kind of pot you smoke. This is how you treat women. This is how you don't treat women. This is how... this is what alpha dudes do, and this was what's
really
bullshit.
wanted to do that podcast where it was me and you talking, and it's called Your Dad's House.
No, I did not.
I think Leanne should have a podcast. I feel like you have so much life experience, and I think you're so interesting. I think people love to hear.
That's sweet.
Let's do a.
About you.
I'll tell you what. I would be really interested to see a 1 hour just Leanne talking.
I would love it.
I would love to hear that.
Can you just interview Leanne? Can we do like a tribute to Leanne episode?
We're thinking
Is that
about,
my birthday present?
I had mentioned to Push that we should do one night where it's me, you, and Tom, and we don't talk about the business.
Yeah, we don't like shut you out of conversation, basically, and make you feel like not
I don't ever
interested.
feel shut out.
You know what I
It
mean?
was Push's idea, really.
It was
but
to just not talk about fucking show business because it's so boring.
It's like the last time we went to dinner, me and Tom go outside and just ended up talking about touring the entire time.
Well, we didn't talk about business.
I know, but
No.
I think none of us should have talked about any of the business, and we should have all just hung out together and eaten as much chocolate as Tom did.
We kind of did that.
Can you just,
I think
for
our
1
place-
second, acknowledge the portions Tom puts on plates?
And I think
In that video, I called him farsighted because he gave these fucking plates with so much. He's like,
yeah.
I feel like Bert and Leanne don't like this food. I go, Tom, it's a 24-ounce ribeye with 12 shrimp on the side, a stack of potatoes, and broccoli with salad.
Yeah.
And then he brought out little chocolate balls.
Yeah, he doesn't know portions because he'll make me a piece of whatever, and I'm like, babe, I can eat a quarter of this. What are you doing?
Related to
I'm
Bert
not good with
Kreischer,
portions
you're the
either.
same. He'll give me a huge piece of steak, and I'm like, I can't. There's no way.
No way. But Bert also eats really, really fast.
Yes.
Now, does he finish what he's got, and then does he go to your plate?
No.
Oh.
No.
Although there was a period where Leanne's like, I feel like I'm racing you for food.
Yeah.
Like
That's
Yes.
what I do, too.
Yeah.
That's why I started eating more, because Tom, he picks up the pace, and then
Yeah,
I
yeah.
pick up the pace.
Well, that and we were when we were younger and we were broke. We went to Europe and we shared all our meals. By the time it was like a 10-day trip to Europe, by the end of it, I was eating so fast, and that's when I figured it out. I was like, I figured out if I don't get mine in, I'm not getting it.
Yeah.
So I got to eat really fast.
Yes.
You're going to eat the whole dish.
Yeah.
And we can't afford another dish, so I'm just going. I was eating like crazy by the end of that trip.
Tom would eat his food off his plate and then go to mine.
No, he
in the
doesn't
beginning
really do
of
that.
our marriage. God.
I haven't really ever noticed you doing that. He'll take it if I offer it, but he doesn't just
My
take
thing
it.
now is like I won't eat cold food. So and this is just one of those things where we just have given up, and this is what we do. Once it's cooked, I go to the table and I eat it. And then
There's no waiting on like, oh, I need to get a napkin for everybody. Oh no,
jerk.
I
screw
want it
that.
hot. I want it hot.
He's done. He's eating it, and we're still like walking with our plates at the
I've already
table,
eaten my
and he
dinner,
eats
and
so
and I'm
fast,
done.
it's gone.
You're
So
such
then
a
he's
jerk.
like, okay,
And then
then
I'm sweating. I'll be sweating.
Oh, my
and
stepdad
then he
used to
gets
do
up
that.
and leaves the table and leaves the plate there.
What a jerk.
Yeah, I haven't done a whole lot of handiwork around the house since we've been in this renovation.
No.
I haven't washed a dish once. I don't know where the dishes are kept. I haven't made a dish once.
Hey, what about, when our kid was born, paper plates, plastic utensils.
We have that. Yeah.
Fuck doing a dish.
Yeah,
when
I
you
do
don't
that.
have the time.
We
Yeah.
just cook. We just wash what we cook with.
Gotcha.
Like cooking stuff and
Gotcha.
forks. I
Smart.
don't want to eat with plastic forks.
It's depressing as fuck, but yeah.
Yeah, I can do paper plates. No plastic forks. But I have to go get Georgia.
Okay,
I gotta
so
go
right.
too. I got it. Go
that's
home.
deep, bro.
Yes, Deep Bro, Your Mom's House podcast. I'm also touring. I'm doing Seattle, Portland, Dallas, Houston, Cincinnati.
Whoa.
One more.
Wowza.
I can't remember. Indianapolis. Go to thousandranch.com for tickets.
What are we going to call
Just
Leanne's
one-nighters.
solo podcast?
Yo, mama.
Just
I've got the Twitter handle Leanne's Pussy.
That's a great.
Awesome.
You get so many listeners right away.
Leanne's pussy.
Leanne's
And
pussy.
he did set up an email for me that says Romeo Horsecock, which I inadvertently,
God.
mistakenly emailed the two supervising people for my Girl Scouts to get permission to go on a field trip from romeohorsecock@gmail.com. And
You
luckily,
just gave out that email
they're
address if
not
anyone wants to email
savvy
Leanne.
enough. I don't get it. I
at
don't even check it. I have no
romeohorsecock
idea. I had no
at
idea I even
gmail.com.
had it. But yeah, awesome. I said, can we go on this field trip camping? romeohorsecock at Gmail. So luckily,
What can I say? I'm a
they're in
strong
their
romantic.
60s and they're not that savvy. So
I love it.
But I caught the mistake and was like, I'm totally kicked out of the Girl Scouts. I'm going to be demoted. This is terrible. This is my troop.
So Leanne's coming out with a podcast. I'm gonna set it up.
I gotta go.
All right.
I gotta go.
I love you guys.
Too. I love you.
guys.
Thanks for having me.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.